Greetings and welcome once again to Roman of the Empire. I am your host, Roman. This week, we are having our St. Patrick's Day special. We are looking at our favorite Irish movies. And when I say Irish movies, I'm using that pretty loosely.
That's what she said.
There's no good way to work with this group. Not one goddamn good way to work with these people. So let's get rolling with our we'll introduce the panel. We'll say hi to everyone. I got my list of shit over here that I'm going to talk about. He is my partner on this channel. He is my wingman. He once stopped me from bombing Dublin because Guinness, duh. He is Shieldwall of Dragons. Welcome back, my friend. How are you?
Oh, how's it going? Clicked the wrong button instead of unmute. I don't know what's going on. Hey, speaking of Guinness,
that's disgusting.
Yeah, it is kind of. It's an acquired taste. The very first time I had it, I was like, "This tastes like 40-weight motor oil." But once you mature and grow, it actually starts to really taste good. Or your taste buds.
A loaf of bread.
So you're saying 40-weight motor oil becomes good tasting after a while?
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll take it.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for having me on. I think it's going to be another great stream. Lots of good Irish movies and culture. Fun fact: there are more people in the United States that claim Irish heritage than there are Irish people in the entire country of Ireland. By like double. Almost.
I can believe that.
So, yeah,
that's true for Italians.
It's a small island.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
And of course, with the Italians, we're a dying population. So, well, of course, we are as well. It's just different. But anyway, since I go down that dark rabbit hole, he is the scourge of Gotham, the nemesis of the Dark Knight. He is Joker voice. Welcome back, my friend. How are you?
I am peachy because those shitty Irish cops in Gotham, they all suck. And the greatest contribution that the Irish have made to the world, one of them is right here. We have Jameson, the potato, and of course, they are the inventors of scissors.
What?
The Irish?
What?
We have no idea if they. I have no idea if they actually.
Little known fact.
It was invented by Sinead O'Connor.
Yeah. For the purposes of tonight's stream.
Is this history lesson a deep cut?
Mando really is prepared for Speaker to be in the
I don't care what anybody tells you. My grandmother told me the Irish invented scissors.
Yes. Please don't leave comments talking about how the Irish didn't create scissors.
I did.
It was a gift from the leprechauns. Okay.
I did just look it up. It wasn't far from Ireland, but it was those bloody English.
You can't.
Close.
Yeah.
Close.
They probably were claiming Irish
Cut ties with England.
Well played. Well played.
The only answer that matters is that of Yakub.
She will tell you if this is the way. Books, games, or movies. She's armored up and ready to fight. She is the Untamed Mando. Welcome back, Mando. And fighting just like the Irish, it all works together here.
My beloved.
Exactly.
My beloved.
Exactly.
Scissor sister.
One day, I hope someone impales me through the throat with some scissors, but unfortunately, that day is not.
Well, man,
today. Welcome back,
according to Hot Fuzz, that's just an accident.
Well, man, I have a gift for you when you come to Vegas. Your own pair.
I'm gonna be drinking. Do you think that's a good idea?
Yes,
it'd be really. I wish I could come to drunk.
I
wish I could go to Vegas, man. Maybe next year.
We all do. He is the Lord of the Vined Vegetables. He is the Gourd King. Welcome back, Gourd King. It is
Hello.
good to have you
I
on
can
our
actually
panel
confirm my
once again.
Irish descent with an ancestor DNA test. Though funny enough, I have almost as much black in me, so I have just as much of an N-word pass as I do an Irish pass.
Nice.
Don't worry, Roman. Don't worry, Roman. I'll
pass.
only use one of those on this stream. I promise.
And not to be technical, but vine does not equate to vegetable.
I'm not. Yeah, gourds aren't vegetables.
Look, it just rhymes.
I don't like telling people
the flow
that
of the words works better for me. With
I don't like telling people that we're fruits.
Nice.
So yeah,
But
I can't say you're Lord of the Vine fruits. That's just fucking weird.
Yeah,
no one wants to see that.
And do you have a cucumber pass? That's
I just go Lord of Gourds. So
yeah. Well, I'm not changing it. So he is the meme master of the interweb, using his powers for good instead of evil. He is Jacob Ironside. Welcome back, Jacob. And Jacob, thank you so much for this. This is, just pure.
It's amazing.
You sent that to me today, and I was so happy. I'm having kind of a crap day, and I saw that, and that brought a little Irish cheer to my dead heart.
I'm glad I can bring smiles to people at Roman's expense sometimes, but I do bring smiles. I'm Scots Irish, by the way, so I have some Irish there.
It works. It works. You know, on St. Patrick's Day, everyone's
Irish.
And if you drink enough, it doesn't matter. Not once, ever, has he been mistaken for a leprechaun. He is Beard of Liberty.
Oh God, that's so hot. Oh.
Dude, just for you, Joker. Just for you, baby.
Y'all talk about me and Squeaker, man.
A squirrel is gonna pop out of that thing one day, Beard. I'm just not sure.
You never know. I discovered recently I can touch it behind my neck.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So who cares about being able to put your legs behind your head? I can put my beard behind mine.
You can literally make it.
I am so uncomfortable. It's hard for me to even articulate it right now.
I'm feeling that's hot as fuck.
Good God. So weird. Well, welcome back, Beard. It is good to have you with us this
Always a pleasure to be here.
And we are having a staff meeting after the show today, and it is mandatory requirements.
Okay.
Fuck, I've lost myself. He is the man that knows all the things about all the things. He is the fad that shouldn't be. The unbearable 73, Italian Stallion Matt. Welcome back to the show, my friend. And such a big thank you from me personally this week, as we had to set up the new computer of the Empire in the main hub of the house. And I reached out to Matt, and he helped walk me off the ledge, because as we all know, I am not good with technology. So thank you for that, Matt.
And there are not enough Italians present on St. Patrick's Day, so I'm fulfilling the quota.
Accepted. You know, the flags are not too dissimilar, though. They're very close.
Yes, one, the Italian flag is superior. The other, the Irish flag is not. They're very similar.
Oh my God!
Careful! Wow. No car bombings tonight.
Who has the better spaghetti? That's the real question.
Well, not the Irish.
Sorry.
Anyway, we cut that. It's not the
Roman
Irish.
vapor locked for a second.
Roman had to process whether or not there was a potato-based spaghetti.
I was actually trying to think about it. You could use one of those fucking squishy thingies, and I don't know if that would work with a potato there. If it just
Isn't gnocchi potato base?
Gnocchi is potato based, yes.
Yes. Yeah, those little fucking things. I don't make those myself. My grandmother used to make
And
them.
I will thank the Irish for spending 400 or 500 years taking a hideous, poisonous vegetable like the potato and getting to the point where the Italians could then take it and turn it into perfect gnocchi.
I'll take it.
How
I'll
can
take
you call
it.
the potato hideous? It's the
How
greatest
could
thing
you
in
call
the
it
world.
Right?
no,
Versatile.
Yes.
That's
Potatoes are amazing.
Potatoes used to be poisonous
God.
and deadly, and the Irish, with their perseverance, made them not.
And they make vodka.
And I guess many
Which
did
is also
Irishmen along the
poisonous
way.
and deadly.
It's like,
No, it's fun.
could you imagine trial and error on that? Like 700-800 years ago, the potato kills you with one bite or something like that, and then like they keep trying. Hey, Mickey, give this a shot. 30 years later, try it again, Bobby. Oh,
And it's like Kenny's fucking dead. You need to work on
Irish
this fucking potato
determination.
recipe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I'm so stubborn.
Don't eat that, little kid.
Musician.
He was fucking doing it wrong.
What do you think of
Seamus, what are you doing?
a lot of food
Seamus!
now?
You ate it wrong, laddie.
You ate it wrong.
Tomatoes used to be
Bullet.
poisonous. Our ancestors must have went through some crazy crap to make these.
I think if you
poisonous,
drink
deadly
enough
things.
whiskey, it doesn't become poisonous anymore.
Toss it in whiskey.
It's like a filtering process.
Yeah,
I can accept
Melvin.
that. It works.
It's like what happens when you drink so much liquor. Your liver eventually just kind of mummifies.
Hey, let's not be talking bad about the old boot right now, okay?
Just floats to the top of the alcohol and above it.
And you're talking about my profession too. I peddle this stuff, so come on now.
Yeah, and I consume it. So, I mean, we both win. Musician, pop culture aficionado, man of the people. He is Sammy Three-Peat. Welcome back once again, my friend. Awesome to have you here. And I'm just amazed you keep coming back. You do? And it's like, did we drive him off this week? No? All right, he's still back. He's coming back. So thank you, and it's good to see you again this week.
Great to be
It's
here.
because of the scissors.
Well, this is the third time you've been on the show, right?
Yes, it is.
So that's the three-peat. Right there.
Damn, that's right. You'll never see me again.
That's it.
my-
That's my
favorite.
All off the internet.
It was nice having Sammy with us. It's been a good run. We'll always treasure this time.
He only
So,
has 3 appearances in life, you know.
So let's go ahead and hop into our movies here. So Irish movies, when I say Irish movies, like I said, I gave our panel a very loose definition. It basically just has to have some fucking tie to Ireland somehow. Like there's a lot of American stuff which has ties to Ireland, you know, So as long as, like I said, it's just got that, you know, toe in the pond, so to speak, that works pretty well. Or you can go full on fucking Darby O'Gill and the Little People. That's fine as well. Either way, this is a fun stream. This is one, you know, we don't take this one too seriously.
Man,
and I'm going to be drinking Guinness.
I have to
throughout
say,
the night.
Sean Connery is very versatile. He's played an Irishman, a Russian, a Spaniard. I mean, come on.
A Spaniard from Egypt.
Yeah, I was just saying Egyptian Spaniard.
Right.
I have to say, Kelly McGill, you fucking leprechaun, you love me tonight.
It's funny when you mix Egyptian and Spanish, it becomes a Scottish accent or an Irish accent.
I had no idea.
So let's start off with our guest this evening. Apparently, he is not a vegetable, though there are reports that to the contrary. So our good friend Gourd King, what movie would you like to start our discussion of Irish films with?
You know, it's funny. I didn't see anybody bring this movie up, so I don't know if anyone's actually seen it other than myself. But maybe it's not. It's a fairly recent movie, like 2014. It stars Brendan Gleeson. It's called Calvary. Has anyone else seen this film?
Oh God!
I've
Now I got to
heard
spell
of it.
shit. Calver.
It's about a priest,
2014.
right?
There we go.
Yeah, it's actually okay.
Oh,
So
I love Brendan Gleeson as well. He's a great, he's a good actor. I'm sorry, I didn't know this film. Okay, I'm gonna.
So, okay, so
God
this is,
damn me! God damn me! God damn me! Fuck, stupid
Oh my.
shit, cocksuck.
Wait,
Fuck.
did you accidentally open up a
What'd you
Nosferatu
do?
the vampire?
No,
link?
I forgot to open the fucking share the stupid fucking screen again, which I never know what's gonna happen when I do this. It's like sometimes it works and sometimes you see like everything that's on my computer.
Right, like a Nosferatu of the vampire link.
Okay, it's fine. I don't even have anything weird. I keep this computer really fucking bare bones because I do it for the show and I do my music stuff, and it's like dedicated to that. You know, I have a funny story we can talk about off camera later for what happened to it this week. So, Calvary. So, what is this movie about? I've never even heard of this movie.
All right, so I highly encourage everyone to watch it. This is an outstanding film. It was directed by John Michael McDonough, who is the brother to Michael McDonough, who's directed such films as In Bruges and Three Billboards. But it basically begins in a confessional. Brendan Gleeson is the priest, and in the confessional, in the confessional, the person who you cannot see is telling him about what happened to him as a child, basically that he was treated much the same as a lot of other little boys were treated by some priests. It's basically bringing back that scandal, and he brings up some of the horrible things that happened to him. And
hey, dude, I just have
So
a
it's a
question.
family film.
Is that Littlefinger from Game of Thrones?
It is indeed, yes. And he basically tells this character that in a week he's going to kill him. And he says, killing a bad priest, nobody's going to care about that, but killing a good one, that'll really shock people. And gives him basically. I'm going to
put this on tonight.
It's an excellent film. He gives him a week to get his affairs in order, and really he spends that whole week. I mean, he talks to authorities about. He seems to suggest he knows who it is, though he doesn't reveal that. And really, over the course of this week, you really just see him talking to all the people in this little town they live in. And he's a genuinely good priest, but progressively his goodness is punished more and more. I mean, you're seeing all of these people, like, because he starts to have these other horrible things happen to him, and people just they don't care, or they laugh at him. And then you have this this lady here who many people might recognize from Yellowstone.
Oh yeah, from Yellowstone.
Yeah, she plays his daughter, and that's kind of the heart of the story. Because
She's not actually Irish, is she?
I believe she's English.
Okay.
Yeah, she's English.
She's English?
She does really good in Yellowstone. I will say that.
Yeah, Kelly Riley. Yeah,
was
she's
in
English.
the,
She's also she's in Sherlock also.
Well, that
Sherlock
last
Holmes
dude was
movies.
definitely Irish.
Sherlock Holmes.
But yeah, she's English.
But for a second, get some better
I don't want to
pictures
give too much away since everyone hasn't seen it. I highly encourage you all to watch it. It's a fantastic film. The acting is wonderful, and the cinematography, the way it shows off this town, because it's like right off of one of the Irish coasts. It's breathtaking cinematography. No, that film I'm sure will come up later. But it's a fantastic movie. One of the better films I saw from 2014, and I rewatched it yesterday. It's fantastic. It's one of Gleason's best performances, which is saying a lot.
I'm pretty excited about this. Like I said, I haven't heard of it, but this is right up my my. Oh shit! I'm sorry. You know, Gourd King, I'm gonna have to pause here. Actually, let's finish you up. There had to be a better way to fucking say that, Roman. And then I need to say hi to our illustrious chat. I bypassed the chat tonight. That was not on purpose, chat. Please keep, again, don't send bombs in the mail. No one likes getting those.
We have not gotten to everyone yet. We've only had our first person, and the fact that Leprechaun into Hood as the first movie coming out the gate. I mean, I'm trying to see your point, but still.
I knew that was coming up.
Fucking Leprechaun on the Hood.
What was this movie called again, Gord?
Calvary.
Yeah, I just sent the link to my wife so that we can watch that after we get done with this tonight. Like I said, I've never heard of it, but this it looks fantastic. I'm pretty excited about this.
Yeah, it's really excellent, great acting. It's one that watching it the second time, there's a lot of really interesting themes to it. It's it's an excellent film. I really don't. Now that I know everyone hasn't seen it, I'm like, I don't want to give too much away because it's like, y'all need to watch this. This is one of the better sleeper films of the 2010s.
Nice.
Cool, dude. Well, thank you for sharing that. That's it's rare that one of those comes up on the panel that like we're all like, I have no idea what movie this is unless Mando brings it up and it's something obscure and inappropriate.
It makes me grateful that I found out about it.
I can bring up the Molly Maguires.
I don't even remember where I heard of it. I heard of it and I picked it up and I was like, oh my gosh,
that's
this is
excellent,
great.
dude.
Yeah.
So let's say hi to the chat real fast, and I apologize, everyone. I wandered off mentally for that, so I'm a little bit of a putz. So our good friend Boosh McFadden is out there. No one said no. Boosh, fuck my life, dude. We literally got one fucking movie out, dude. One fucking movie, Boosh. One. So we have our good friend Copa, who is saying hi to our other good friend Cannoli Sasquatch. Looking forward to seeing Cannoli here in just a couple weeks in the nation.
Yes.
Stephen Ransom. Welcome, my friend. Welcome. Always good to see you out there.
What's up,
Nas is apparently reporting the stream. Thank you, Nas. That's is that because of no one picked Leprechaun in the Hood? It's an unlikely choice. It's always possible, but it's unlikely.
It's all
it's coming.
It's the choice in all of our hearts.
Mando.
Oh, it's coming.
Andy Pickle,
It's
welcome.
Mando
Andy
picked
Pickle.
Lions in the Hood. So
I didn't even know. Is there a movie named? I'm gonna look that up now. Is there a movie named Lions in the Hood?
I hope not.
I hope not.
Logical
Leprechaun
spot.
in the
Good
Hood?
evening
I
and
think there might
welcome.
be, actually.
I think one of the guys in the Ghost in the Darkness was Irish.
Melvin Deeply, our good friend from across the pond, The Guard with Brandon Gleason. No,
Leprechaun in the Hood is a real film.
It is. That's which is sad. It's an Irish comedy about mildly corrupt cop. No, I'm not familiar.
Don't
with
look that up. Don't look it up. Don't do it. Somehow it came up with furries. It was weird. I don't want to see it again. It was
Hey,
weird.
Tris.
I am uncomfortable now. Tris, welcome to the show. Amanda's having some kind of out-of-body experience.
I was looking up if there was actually a movie called Lions in the Hood.
Would you do that?
Lions in the Hood.
why? It was a joke, Mando. It was a joke.
I wanted to see if there was a thing. I'm sorry. Now my search history is going to be so bad.
2 Girls, 1 Cup. You got.
Oh my god! It's got.
And now Mando. After the show.
Don't look that up, Mando. Do not look that up, Mando.
So now after the show, Mando's going. So Lions in the Hood play.
There's this movie about an alcoholic. It's called One Man, One Jar.
I'm not free.
Mr. Grant Gregory, also welcome.
What's up, Mr. Grant?
What's deep fried whiskey? that sounds like something Americans would make.
That sounds amazing.
That
sounds awesome. What are you talking about? That sounds
Wisconsin.
great.
That is everyone.
Whiskey
If
pops.
it's not, then I do. Oops, fuck me. I'm so fucking retarded like 90% of the time. There we go. So anyway, so thank you to everyone who was hanging out with us as we get to talk our fun Irish movies and whatever the fuck Mando picks. So there is a poll tonight as well, which is what will be Mando's pick for the favorite Irish movie, Angela's Ashes, Darby O'Gillen, Little People, The Quiet Man, or something again Lions. So please answer the poll tonight. We'd like to see where that ends up. It's never gonna stop. It's never gonna until someone does something worse, Mando. That is our gold standard of faux pas for the show.
I mean, would it be a Thursday stream without me saying something weird?
No. In fact, I would be disappointed, and none of us would be having as nearly as good a time.
It's charming.
So fuck off. Close. Okay. So we're
People are gonna think you have Tourette's.
Think.
What do you mean? I don't even understand what you could possibly mean by that. So, Sammy, since you're one of the newer members of the channel, what movie do you want to talk about, bud?
So many. I was torn on this, and I looked up like lists, and there was a bunch that came up, and Shocking Leprechaun in the Hood did come up on like movies to watch on St. Patrick's Day, but I haven't seen that film. So actually, my favorite film that I watch with my mother on St. Patrick's Day is The Quiet Man. So
I will
movie with
pull that up.
John Wayne.
I'm gonna make an admission here. I don't think I've ever seen The Quiet Man.
Really? Because that was also my favorite as well.
You know, Sammy, that shirt you're wearing kind of represents a leprechaun in the hood.
Oh, yeah, it does. It does.
It does.
Oh my God.
Didn't we talk about this 2
what?
weeks ago?
The Quiet Man.
I
is
was
about
probably
a boxer.
drunk, so it's hard for me to tell. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
don't want to spoil it. It came out in 1952.
That's in case you fucking missed it. This guy.
Yeah.
So The Quiet Man.
It takes place in Ireland, guys.
Well,
Spoilers.
there's a synopsis right on the screen, but yeah, it's about a boxer. I believe he killed a man in a boxing match, and he's looking to relocate, and then finds a hot
just
piece
like
of ass.
Butch from
from Redheads. That's awesome.
Yeah, but why? Okay, if
That's
it takes
Maureen
place in
O'Hara.
Ireland, why do they need to specify redheads? Isn't that just an Irish woman?
Well, not in the Netflix.
They're not all redheads.
Yeah. Have you seen Disney lately?
Right.
Yeah.
Here, let me bring up some of the photos here.
That is an amazing movie.
Yeah, I do love that movie.
It's probably one of my 5 favorite movies of all time. Not saying so.
It's good, man. It really is. There's yep. That's
Maureen O'Hara. She's a legendary actress.
That's a statue.
Wow, they made
Oh, I didn't
I'm
know
assuming
that.
it's a statue, and they didn't dump bronze on them during the film and killed them.
That's the twist. That you ruined the twist at the end.
Yeah.
I did not see
really
that.
interesting.
When Darth Vader shows up in carbon.
yeah, they get thrown into carbonite. Actually, Empire totally ripped that from The Quiet Man. I've been saying it for years.
That statue was actually in the ruins of Jabba's palace.
That's where
The modern audience
I
may
left
not know
that.
this, but these actors who are in this film, these are all big name actors. Back in the day, you didn't just have one or two great actors. All these actors were in a ton of movies.
Yeah, that was actually something I was going to bring up. Pretty much the whole cast is a powerhouse.
Yeah, and well, I mean, spoilers, right? So it's about a guy who's a reluctant fighter because he killed someone in a boxing ring, and he's gone home to where his grandfather was from, Innisfree in Ireland, and he buys so there's village politics. What was the family name of the Squire Danaher? So Squire Danaher is like the big kind of, even though there aren't nobles anymore, he would have been the noble if they still had them back then in a time period. And he's basically buying a lot of property. He's the big mover and shaker in town, and he wants to marry a widow who owns a lot of property. Right, that's a long-running background plot. So John Wayne's character shows back up, and because the family recognizes his grandfather was old Sean Thornton, he gains immediate respect in the community. He's able to get his family home. We start setting up his rivalry with Danaher, which is the big theme, which is the battle of the film. And he coincidentally then falls in love with Danaher's sister. Okay, so that's the drama of the film. And there's a lot of this amazing stuff in it. I think I showed you guys the scene that couldn't be shown today with the Irish woman giving. She goes,
"Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did. Yes, you did share that.
And it has a legendary fight at the end. It's such an amazing movie.
Is this what would you classify this as? A drama? A rom-com?
It's a comedy rom-com.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
say
it's a rom-com for sure.
Okay. I mean, it predates what we would call a rom-com, but obviously there are some elements there that are clearly.
It's a rom-com when it was still okay to hit a woman, I guess.
Yeah.
That's correct. That's the only way to touch a woman.
Some allusions to the politics of Northern Ireland with like little mentions of it in there, and like it's a very well done period, like for a period film.
Does this movie take place in the time that it is, or is it Because this was what you said, 1932 or so.
No, 1952.
52. I said 32. Fuck my life. So is it taking place in 52 then, or around then? Is supposed to be the modern era of that era?
It's hard to tell because it's in rural Ireland.
I think it said 1920s on the.
Oh, is it?
I think it said that on the synopsis.
Get it? Okay.
I thought it was 20s or 30s because of the time period with the IRA. The instance they were describing was how the IRA was going through at the time. That's what I thought. I didn't know, but I guess it's 20, so they didn't mention it. But the political background, like I said, they don't go nuts about the IRA politics and terrorism and all that, but they do mention it, and they do it in a humorous way. Like, so for instance, they have a Protestant and a Catholic church in town, right? And all of them go to, I think it's the Catholic church, right? But when the Protestant, the Anglican bishop shows up, they'll pretend to be Anglican because they like the minister, so they pretend to go to his church just so he doesn't get removed by the bishop. Yeah, it's a humor. They treat it as humor. So that's the Anglican priest.
I think my favorite part of this whole movie is, when John Wayne burns the dowry. That's my.
Oh yeah,
such a ball move.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like that. I like the walk
Gord.
back.
Gord, holy shit, Gord! Wow.
Wow. Okay.
And
Once
just
they-
like that.
Yeah, once they all sync up.
Oh God.
Oh, that is the quote of the night so far.
So funny thing is, though, I mean, whether it's the 1920s, 1950s, or now, rural Ireland is still pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My cousin just visited like the village that the Irish side of my family is from, and he came back with like a family tree going all the way back to before the 1600s. It was incredible to see.
Wow.
And he showed me pictures, and it was like, still looks a lot like this.
Yeah. So anyways, one of the movies we're going to talk about in a little bit, which is set in the modern era, in a small village in Ireland. It all looks the fucking like the cover of
Copa. I was going to say the same thing.
Hobbiton Weekly.
Then they wonder why we
yeah,
drink
that's it.
so much.
That's it.
This is the best movie of the year, but John Wayne didn't get best actor for it because in no movie he did with John Ford was he ever win best actor. It's like, back Jacob and I did a stream 3 months ago now, Jacob.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, John Hurt, and it's one of my favorite streams of all time. You guys can go track it down.
John Ford and John Wayne.
John Ford and John Wayne films, and we were talking about all of them. But they did some great work together. But the cinematography is amazing. Yep. The soundtrack is amazing. It's
Careful, Roman. That had Japanese writing on it. You might get a.
Yeah, I know. I'm probably going to take a fucking copyright hit for it because every time anything Japanese pops up, they're taking their revenge.
That Roman put Japanese writing on screen. Get him.
Oh God,
The Roman.
That's fucking horrible.
Hey, Japan, if you're out there, we love you, but stop being a bundle of chopsticks.
Yeah.
Fucking copyright. It's right to me.
Roman son needs to go down.
It's getting worse. It's actually getting worse.
Just say you like Godzilla
I'm
minus
just going to
one.
be quiet here. Just listen.
Awkward silence. Oh, speaking of that, remember last week how I said that why Shieldwall didn't bomb Hollywood because Godzilla -1 might win the Oscar. Well, fuck all, they did.
Hey!
Only
but just not to the Oscar County anymore, but just for special effects.
That was my favorite headline of last year.
Yeah, fucked everybody up.
When they talked about because journalists are so great, they were saying, well, why isn't Oppenheimer doing very well in Japan? And I was like, I can't imagine.
Yeah, it's like,
I wonder.
I don't know how Oppenheimer did so well in here.
You saying it, Bob?
Wait, did you just say you couldn't figure out how it did so well in America?
Well, I was saying I didn't like Oppenheimer.
What? I like
Boo.
Oppenheimer.
It's
I love
historically
it. You're
inaccurate.
It doesn't matter. History is
Gay.
a construct.
Yeah, no, because secretly they were all black lesbians, and no one wants to talk about that.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
He gets it. He gets it.
Yeah.
So, and on that note, let's
woke.
jump to our next panelist here. Joe, you had your hand up. You seem very excited about this. So, what movie do you want to discuss, sir?
Because I've only got two that I really want to discuss, and I didn't want this one to get taken before I spoke about it. And it's one of the greatest films ever made. It's a favorite, I think, of everyone. And it taught me a Irish prayer.
Fifth
That would
Element?
be no, but that is close. But you were very close, Matt. And that would be
That's the
the
Chicago
Boondock
way.
Saints.
I was typing it in while you were fucking talking about it because I already knew.
As soon as you said there's a prayer, I was like, I know what it is.
We just rewatched this
up,
like
Zach?
2 nights ago.
What up, Zach?
Zach, hello, sir.
And this
I
is
fucking
I
literally
found a really good.
this is. Oh, I'm sorry, Jacob. Go.
I found a really good GIF from this movie. It's the cat scene.
Yes.
I was gonna
Oh
bring
my
up
God.
the cat scene.
I fucking crack up laughing every single time.
It
that
scares
thing
the
comes up.
shit out of me every time. I always forget. Now the
It's
gun goes off, and I was like,
so-
"Oh man, this is when they shoot the cat."
So this film here just was absolute lightning in a bottle.
yeah.
Because
Oh,
it was just this little independent film, which for me, folks think this is an action film. To me, this is a comedy because I am laughing the entire time throughout
It's
this
both.
film.
There are a lot of funny fucking moments in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And initially, when I first saw this film, I was dating this gal, and she told me about it, and I'd never heard of it. And admittedly, it takes a few minutes to get going, but once Connor lifts another toilet out of the floor, the film just steps on the gas and it does not stop until the end. And so many great things about this film. You got Rocco,
Fucking
which is
Rocco,
actually
man.
the actor's last name. This is his only acting role he's ever did. And I was listening to the commentary, and the cast was all at a bar now one night, and Rocco had been trying to talk to this the waitress the whole time, and she had mentioned they were talking about movies, whatever, and she had mentioned that she was a big fan of Willem Dafoe, and Rocco was like, "I'm in a film now with him," and she was like, "Yeah, sure you are, sure." So one night, to give Rocco some cred, they're trying to talk again, and she said something to the effect of, "Oh yeah, because you're in a film with Willem Dafoe," and Willem turns around and goes, "Matter of fact, he is," and she was like, "Oh my god, I am so sorry, I am so sorry." And this is also a lot of just really unknown actors at the time. I mean, this was Norman before he became Norman Reedus. You got Sean Patrick Flannery. Just top to bottom, this film is near perfect, and I absolutely love this film. And I want to hear what other folks have to say about this film. And the cat scene is fucking hilarious.
The cat scene is fucking
honestly,
hilarious.
one thing
The
I love
toilet bowl
about
scene is my favorite scene.
I'll tell you what I love about this movie is just the fact that this is one of the best underdog stories in all of movies, because this is an indie film. It was made for like $6-7 million. It was direct to video. I think Blockbuster released it. Critics hated this movie. This has like less than 30% on Rotten Tomatoes. This was purely given its success. Like fans found this, and then everyone started telling each other about it, and now it's a top tier cult classic.
Well,
and it was all put by fans pushing it.
Right, because this film at the time of its released, it got put on a blacklist.
Yep.
Because it was set to release the year after the Columbine shooting.
Mm-hmm.
But
fuck off, God.
True story.
Bunch of
So,
pussies.
but it did really well overseas, and then you get the rise of the internet, and college students are watching this film on feeds.
That's what I was
And
gonna
it
say. It was
just-
like I didn't know anybody who didn't have a Boondock Saints poster. I was like, everybody knew somebody where you'd walk in their dorm and there was like a Boondock Saints poster, like
Right.
that.
This is another one of those cult films that has a horrible sequel.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought the sequel was an abomination.
Yeah, Dumpy
It was
was
unfortunate that they tried to do that.
Dumpy was
I
the best part of
understand why
that
they
film.
tried to do it, because if you have a success, everyone wants to follow up that success, but inevitably, with very, very, very few examples, and we've talked about those in the past, we don't even need to dwell on them. You're going to step on your own cock when you make a sequel. It's going to happen.
True.
And then people,
Mhm.
and then, fortunately, the sequel to Boondock Saints doesn't taint Boondock Saints. You just don't fucking talk about
No.
the sequel.
Yeah.
And it
Right.
always happens.
And speaking of stepping on your
This
own
is not
cock,
owned by Disney.
adult film actor Ron Jeremy is in this movie.
Ron Jeremy is in this.
True.
Before
I
he
thought
got
I
head
recognized him coming out of that car.
You're the funny man. I'm so fucking funny.
yeah.
Yeah,
Tell me a
fun
joke,
flight
funny
back.
man. Tell me a joke.
Oh, and that joke you can't tell.
You can't tell
today,
that
but
joke.
It's hilarious, and it was. And then I told that joke at work the next day, and everyone hit the floor laughing. They thought that was the funniest thing. And yes, this is where you find out the origin of the term rule of thumb.
Yeah, that was a fucking hilarious scene. My son
Yeah,
and
it
I were
was.
just fucking dying watching that. Willem Dafoe is so fucking fantastic in this.
Yes,
He's an absolute. Every scene
Gem.
he's in, he eats the
steals it.
fucking screen. It
He
is just,
really does.
He
There's
keeps
You know what I
talking
like-
to that
Any
other
left.
detective. So, are you gonna get me a bagel with that coffee? It's just fucking. He just fucks with that guy through the whole film. And when he dresses up
But-
as a broad, oh my god,
Oh, good. Oh, and okay, and
so
the guy he kisses, that was that kid's first on-screen kiss.
no! Oh, and it's Willem Dafoe. Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, no, he's just chewing the shit out of the
he does.
scenery.
Every
I
scene.
think when I think of him, when
In
I
a
think
good
of
way.
him in this role,
In
I
a
put
good
it
way.
in the
Yeah.
same category as like Gary Oldman in Leon the Professional.
Yes.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
thinking the
Yes.
same thing just now.
Oh yeah.
You know, when I think of just like zany detectives, I was like, well, it's those two. Actually, if I could like pick a movie team up, it would be those two. Like
It's the worst
that would be
detective. I like-
amazing.
He's a brilliant detective, though. Gary Oldman was a little bit of a,
No,
just
no,
thinking
no,
about
yeah,
kind
for
of drug
different
addict.
reasons.
But
Exactly.
he was fantastic. But the delivery of his, just with the getting things ready with his Walkman, putting the ear
Mhm.
thing
Yes,
and doing
yes.
the
I
while
know what it is.
He's
Yeah.
looking around the crime scene. Then
You
"That
don't
was
like
a
Beethoven."
firefight. It was just so fucking good.
Everyone.
Yeah.
And then
That's a
and
funny
then you
movie.
get and then you get this scene here where you've got the brothers.
Which one?
They're reunite the courtroom scene.
Oh yeah.
They're reunited
with their.
and then they are reunited with their dad, which if you watch the show head of the class, that was the teacher at the for
Billy
that show.
Connolly. He was a
Billy
Yes.
teacher.
Conley. He's not in the movie very much, but he's very good when he is.
Mhm.
There's not
Impactful,
really
yes.
there's not really a wasted character in this movie. It's nice because it's small
No.
cast, which I like. I like small cast. Like Pulp Fiction was pretty small cast. You knew where everyone was. There wasn't like a guy you looked at later on and go, "Who the fuck is that guy?"
Right. And then the guy who plays the Italian crime boss, if you've actually heard that guy in an actual interview, he speaks with an extremely thick Welsh accent. Oh.
Yeah, so it's just there. This is an excellent choice, Joker. I love this movie to death. Don't watch the sequel. So for those of you who don't know, don't watch Boondock Saints 2 All Saints Day.
It's a rule of thumb that if it's a cult classic movie, you're better off not watching the sequel, unless you ask me first. But
or ask other people who've seen it.
Well, I've seen every sequel to everything, so it's
I didn't even think to bring it up. I knew someone was gonna bring it up, and it was it was just when you say Irish movie, it was I think that's one of the first movies that pop into my head. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, it was like Leprechaun in the Hood. It was so obvious.
not as nuanced.
Hang on a second here. Hang
not
on
as nuanced as Leprechaun in the Hood.
Well, wasn't that Jennifer Aniston's breakout role?
Yeah.
That was Leprechaun. That was Leprechaun.
Oh, the original. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
I would more call it her entry level role, not her breakout role.
Right, thank you.
Wasn't as good as dancing in a Springsteen video, but
well, come to think of it, speaking of Leprechaun, because the first Leprechaun film was an indie horror film that was okay,
Yeah.
Leprechaun 2 was horrible, or Highlander 2 we love, Highlander 2 we hate, Boondock Saints
Leprechaun,
Roman's favorite movie.
We hate. Rocky Horror Picture Show, great indie horror film, whatever. Its sequel is horrible. You go on and on with
and I'll live longer for that.
All of these cult films that a large group of people enjoy. Every time they make a freaking sequel, it's horrible.
But Matt,
El Mariachi is the weird one because it got 2 good sequels.
That's true.
That's because what's his face?
True.
Robert Rodriguez. He's a fanatic with control of his product. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And plus, I will have to say, Johnny Depp stole the third movie.
My God.
So
what movie does Johnny Depp not steal?
He is my favorite actor, guys. If you don't know, he's my favorite.
I'm going to be 100% honest. I have not seen a Leprechaun movie. Not one. I've not seen.
If you ever watch one,
just
the first one. It's like a little indie horror film that takes.
I've already got to make room for what Joker wants me to watch. I don't have time to squeeze in Leprechauns.
Copa, Once Upon a Time in Mexico is great. Actually, I would say I love it. I'm not going to say it's a good movie, but I do love it.
I love it.
What Leprechaun does is a trope, right? A lot of what we call like fun fairy creatures like leprechauns, in reality, before the Brothers Grimm sanitized them, they were all horrible nightmare monsters. Okay?
That's true.
So movie like Leprechaun play off the trope that leprechauns are fun, Lucky Charms. No, they're really dangerous monsters. So remember what was that movie recently about the demon of Christmas?
Krampus.
Krampus, right?
Krampus.
That trope.
I actually saw that. I did see that.
But there's a lot of tropes like that with where these creatures in mythology that in the past were monstrously dangerous. So all of a sudden, like the 18th, 19th century, they become friendly fairy creatures.
I think Disney and stuff had a lot to do with that.
Yeah. Oh, Disney.
And then Disney became a monster.
Disney stole
and Leprechaun. And the original Leprechaun is a rare thing because you see Jennifer Aniston pre-nose job. She has a beak in that film.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, the one with the Leprechaun in the Hood, it had iced tea in it. Does he say, "Hey, I got news for you"? In that one,
probably.
That's where he cast the line. A friend with weed is a friend indeed.
And we'll just leave the leprechauns with that. It's green, they're green. Fuck off. So, ducka. I'm gonna roll the dice and see what happens here. Mando, what? Actually, before we go, Mando, let's take a look at our poll.
Let's take a look at the poll.
Is it a strip poll? Well, we can look at
so, and again, what will Mando's pick be for favorite Irish movie? Angela's Ashes at a low 6%. Darby O'Gill and the Little People at a staggering 5%. The Quiet Man at 33%, almost there. But coming in soundly right now, something with freaking Lions is at a strong 56%. So If you haven't voted in the poll yet, please continue to do so. So, dear Mando, Mando who puts up with our humor every week. And
it was going to be the quiet man. It was until it was taken.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. I have a backup for this reason. It is a Sean Connery film, the Molly Maguires.
Connor? Sean Connery or Sean Connery?
Sean Connery was the Irish guy who saved us from Skynet.
That's right.
So Mando, just so you know, the guy
Sean
who wrote
Connery,
the
jeez.
book, the dude who wrote the book that
So
Ghost
what
of
is-
based on was Irish.
What are we talking about? Mando,
I'm backing
what is your
Mando
movie?
up here. I'm backing her up. You know?
I don't
So
know
the
if we're
Molly
talking
Maguires.
Great choice.
about
The savior.
Molly-
of
Yeah, the
humanity,
Molly
Sean Connor.
the 1970s.
MAG.
Richard- Oh, Richard Harris isn't. I love Richard Harris.
And then a robot comes up to him and goes, "Come with
I-
me if you want to drink."
It's actually a very similar theme to what we talked about last week about
Come
mining
with me.
and justice.
Mining Justice.
I've never even heard of this movie.
Outland.
So-
That
Yes,
the-
Outland. It's a very similar premise about him going in to a mining town, realizing it's not in space. It's not in space. It's actually in Pennsylvania, late 19th century.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
he
right,
the
yeah,
smack
yeah,
So
yeah.
not space.
Close
Here's
enough.
your
Yeah, I'll take
your IMDb brief synopsis here.
But yeah, basically, it's very similar to
Wow,
it's not
that's-
exactly the same, of course, but
Right.
basically, it's like the Irish are like, "Hey, we're tired of being treated like crap," and of course, Sean's gotta be like, "Yeah, of course, I'm not gonna let my people be treated like crap." And
Well,
So, yeah.
I mean, it was bad. They would let Irish people get drunk and like play with dynamite and blow holes through mountains. It was like, you know, a lot of them worked on the railroads.
I thought you said it was
Mhm.
bad.
In Gotham, I call that Tuesday.
yeah, it was it's 1970, I think, is when it came out. It's based off a book.
All
It
of
is
those men
old
had
as
like
I
a
am. Pretty
merkin
impressive.
under their lip.
I wasn't even born yet. Wow.
Wow.
I
In
was
1876.
No, I wasn't.
also 1876. Also, yes, well played, Sammy.
But yeah, basically, the dude's an undercover detective, basically sent to like expose how the miners are being treated. So it just kind of goes through like and does what he does.
What is the Richard Harris character? Is he also a detective or is he someone else?
I'm trying to remember.
Fair
I'm
enough.
sorry, it's been a while
never
since I've
even heard of
seen
this
it.
movie.
No, I haven't seen this. This looks very interesting. I think Mrs. of the Empire would enjoy this as well. Why did they separate the LRY there? Why is it jewelry? What does that
There's a
mean?
Space.
Hmm.
No, there's a bar, and it's an
It
optical
seems-
illusion.
Because there's a
I mean, that
bar
seems
holding a
fairly
window
racist.
on.
It's an optical illusion.
Symbolism.
I'm skimming through some of the trivia for this, and apparently Sean Connery received second billing after Harris.
Wow.
And
That must have
apparently, at
pissed
some
him
point
off.
during an interview, he said, "For the amount of money they're paying me for this, they can put a mule ahead of me. For $1 million, they can bill me after the janitor."
Well, that's they can do whatever they
People
want.
forget how big an
Yeah.
actor Richard Harris was. The guy is I mean, I'm not saying he and Sean Connery weren't equal in my view, but he's a big time actor. He did a lot of great roles. I mean, over the
Yeah.
decades, you know.
From 1930 to, I mean,
I
Not
can't
1930,
place a name with a
never
face.
mind. Never mind.
Richard
And of course,
Harris,
there's explosions and dynamite, and I think a train gets derailed and goes
Richard
boom.
Harris was Dumbledore
looks
in
great.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the first Dumbledore
Mhm.
before he
or he was
What
Marcus
year was
Aurelius
this,
in
Mando?
Gladiator.
The good,
Right.
the good Dumbledore.
the good Dumbledore.
And also, there's of course a love story. So it's
I
kind of
love
got all
the-
of the little ticks.
With a minor?
No,
Minor,
the main
not
character.
minor,
No, you have to other
No,
way around.
no,
Other way around. Other way around.
It was fine. It was
not the little people.
It's
You want to take a ride on my
ER.
mustache?
ER.
I always like when I it's been a long time since I've actually seen it, but like I remember thinking, man, everyone's got a really nice mustache. I don't like mustache. mustaches normally, but most of the people that have mustaches in this movie, they look good. They don't look like.
1800s were a good time for the mustache. It was a fine because they were in vogue. That people knew how to make them work.
Yeah. So the plot takes place in 1876, but the movie came out in 1970.
Yeah, this looks interesting. Yeah, I like the
I think
premise.
this also grabbed a Oscar nomination for art and set direction.
I was going to say the set direction looks great. What was the budget on this?
$4 and potatoes.
It was Sean
apparently
Connery's salary plus $10.
So Richard Harris was actually the detective. That's what part he played, and Sean Connery was.
Sean Connery is a minor.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but
as
what am
far
I
as the
talking about? A
exterior-
lot of those old mines are still up in like certain places. They'll keep them for like historical
Yeah.
things. So they could have just gone to a mine. So I'm going like, wow, that's a good looking mine. They could actually just be at a mine,
Roman, miners,
Yeah.
not miners.
I know. I'm doing my best with it. I'm trying not to say the wrong
My
word.
accent keeps coming in too thick for most of the
It's not
things.
that kind of
That's
screen,
just
folks.
minor.
Galaxy
Although
Galaxy
Sean
Quest.
Connery in blackface
Remember.
is something I didn't expect out of this movie.
So
Yeah.
to touch on the set direction and the location, it was
You could
actually
play a
filmed
samurai.
mostly in Eckley, Pennsylvania, and the town was supposed to be scheduled to be demolished and strip mined.
Oh,
And
fuck.
after the movie, the town was donated to the Pennsylvania Historical and Museum Commission, and it's now the entire little town is a museum. And several things
That's
that they
cool.
built just for this
That's cool.
film are still standing.
That is
Sean
fantastic.
Connery
That's-
is the jazz singer.
I heard your joke and I didn't like it.
You're
Is he
talking
beating
about
a
the
woman?
Neil
Is that
Gaiman
a
one?
usual? That's a Mando. Nice. I don't give you enough credit sometimes.
Yeah.
So
Good picks sometimes. Okay.
I'm going to take back at least 7 of the things I have said about you and over the last many streams.
Mando.
That's an excellent one. Another one I haven't heard of. That's always exciting. Again, much like the Calvary. That's when I get a new movie that looks cool, I get excited about it. It just doesn't happen that often because I'm fucking old and I've seen a lot of things. So it's exciting. R2 the Yankees out there. Hello, R2.
R2.
Hey, R2.
Are you
Yeah,
okay, R2? I know you're like a little bit north of me and you guys got hit hard. Are you okay? Do you have to swim? You guys good?
Yes, Mando is in the weather belt.
I'm not.
Let's see
no
here.
What?
Let's jump over to the master of the meme, Jacob Ironside. Jacob, what movie would you like to discuss?
Oh, okay. I'll send you the link so you can get right.
Oh, you're just going to bring it up? Excellent.
Wow,
I-
R2. Holy
no,
shit.
I shall surrender
I'm going to
control.
send you the link so you can pull it up.
Wow.
There, it's in the
Wow.
private chat room.
Oh, God. I don't even know.
Fantastic.
R2,
wow.
that's a great.
Bring in the icky.
Yep.
That's
my
right,
pick
R2.
is,
Take that pounding.
Whoa. What the
That's
fuck,
what he.
Mando?
That's what he said in the chat.
is
That's
going
what he
on.
said.
Jesus. That's
See, when Roman's distracted, we can get away with things because he doesn't pay attention.
You
And
guys
when his
fucked me
brain
up, huh?
switches
You
back,
bring me back. It's like what the fuck? All right, so Jacob, I've not heard of this one.
you know
either,
me.
so what's
You like
What?
you know
I'm not
me. I
doing
like
this
to
for
bring up
safety
movies people
reasons.
haven't heard
I've
of.
never seen.
Black 47. This is a good one. It's
Yeah, it was good. I remember.
2018
so
I
what is
just
what's our
ran
premise or
across
what's
it
our-
on Tubi. Well, it's set during the Irish famine. It's like 47 stands for like the worst year of the famine. So
fuck.
1847.
Fact, the Irish population has
And this
still never
guy-
recovered.
Yeah. And this
can
guy,
believe that.
he been fighting for the British in Afghanistan, and he
Man, some things never change.
goes AWOL,
Right.
goes home, finds out his family's all dead, and he
All dead.
pulls a sisu.
So it's a feel-good story.
Most Irish
All right,
stories are.
All right, here we go. Let me bring up the. I'm going into the pictures now.
Oh,
Jacob.
see, we're off to a great start.
Yeah, it starts.
Hugo-
It starts
Hugo
with a
Weaving.
skull in the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a nice little cast in it. Stephen Reed, Barry Coogan, Jim Broadbent. Yeah, it's got some good actors in it.
So where is his revenge focused upon, Jacob?
Taters.
The
It's a little more
British.
complicated because there's another plot about Hugo Weaving being sentenced to death or something.
Elrond?
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
There he is. Like, and I don't know if they're rivals at first, but then he saved this guy saves Hugo Weaving. I don't remember.
Well,
I
they
watched
fought
it in
together.
2018. Yeah, I don't remember. I
Yeah.
watched it in 2018.
They
I barely
fought.
remember.
They fought together.
Yeah.
They fought together in Afghanistan.
Looks
So
like
they
they did
kinda
an
know each
interesting
other.
use of color in this movie.
Yeah.
Because most of it looks like it's very subdued, and then
Yeah.
you see these flashes of color that come out.
Yeah, that
I don't
feels
know if it was
very early 2000s, where everything was kind of like sepia tone.
Yeah, I don't know if it was intentional, but it kind of makes me think of old colorized photos in film where
Yeah,
they
I
can't
thought
get
the
some
same
of it
thing.
right, but the highlights really stand out.
And
Everything's
I really like
graphic.
how the guy has dark brown on top and red on the coming out of the chin, because that's what I got.
Yeah.
Well, this is just similar to the effect they do in like Man of Steel or whatever, where they overlay it with some sort of blue to blend everything out. So colors like red pop. You know, it's you've seen it in a lot of
Yeah.
stuff.
I just think Zack Snyder doesn't know that like you could just put a camera on like natural lighting effects.
Well, he
Zack
that is
Snyder
true.
doesn't know a lot.
yeah.
Yeah, we could do a whole
Hey,
stream on that one.
He's done. We could. The things Zack Schneider doesn't know, we could do a lot of streams. I'm gonna say what we're all thinking though. The guy on to Hugo Weaving's left is a fucking prick. He's got prick written all over him.
Oh, she
Yeah.
sure does.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
He kind of looks
Yeah,
like
you're
a
right.
male Gwendolyn Christie, but
He
shorter.
does. He's got resting prick face.
What's up, Gooch?
Gooch.
Gooch.
The gooch. The gooch is back. Yeah, this looks interesting as well. I've got things to add to my list, which is exciting. That's what Mrs. the Empire was saying. She's like, every time you do one of these streams, we get to watch some new movies. It's very exciting, Romy. And
Marge.
Hey, at least she gets some benefit out of the stream.
she does. No, yeah, and I think she's gonna like that. The Crucible. I like that actor a lot. I want to talk about if no one mentions it, I do want to talk about the Banshees of Inisherin.
I had that one on mine.
What's up,
Okay,
Jenna?
perfect.
Yeah.
Jana,
Gianna.
how's the baby, Jana?
Boners.
So this looks interesting. I like a good revenge plot. Those are fun. I mean, John Wick is a fucking revenge plot. It's a revenge plot. Doesn't have a lot of plot, but it's just kind of shooting and killing, which I'm fine with. I'm not saying anything bad about it, but I do enjoy that. What was another fucking Gerard Butler was in it. They kill his family. He ends up in jail.
Oh, law-abiding citizen. Yeah.
I enjoy that movie too. Mostly, I don't like the ending. I think
The ending ruined that movie.
They fucked the ending, right? The rest of the movie was fucking solid. And
He was morally just. Look, I don't want to say this.
No,
carefully.
I agree.
Very carefully.
I the reason why I don't like that movie,
I'm
and
not-
Jamie Foxx does it in a lot of movies. Jamie Foxx does this thing where he'll be on camera and he'll do this face like, I'm thinking right now. And it was like, yeah, your character should be thinking. You don't need to like convey to the audience
I
that
will
you're
say
pondering.
something either popular or unpopular, I guess, depending on your view. I don't like Jamie Foxx. I really don't.
I
don't give a
think
fuck about him.
I
as a
think he's
person.
kind of overrated.
Yeah,
I think
I
it
liked
depends
him
on,
in
I think it
Air.
depends on the movie.
I liked
But
him in Air.
The
I thought
revenge
Air was
plot
good.
in this film, because it's real important to understand. I'm not advocating terrorism or anything like that. The character is
I am.
morally justified in his position, but he chooses to do the wrong thing. That's part of why it makes such a great movie. You know what I mean? Like you're watching, like the movie Falling Down. Remember that movie? You know he's doing the wrong thing.
I am rooting for that motherfucker the whole movie.
You're following him as he falls down. That to me was what made enemy estate or whatever. So great, and they've ruined it with it. They just ruin it. Like, oh god.
Brad Pitt at the end of 7.
Yeah.
Oh. What's in the box?
I've ruined every Christmas for
Pain.
my mother with that one.
Jacob, that was a good choice. Again, it's another peculiar movie that not everybody here knows. So that's nice choice, dude. Ducka. I'm gonna go there, and then we'll be back again. So, Beard, not a leprechaun of Liberty. What is your choice, friend?
Well, I should go with this disclaimer out there. I mean, everybody knows I don't really watch very many films, and I actually tried to back out of this stream because I thought I can't really bring much to the table that other people aren't going to, but Roman just wouldn't let it happen.
You didn't have to come. These are not mandatory.
Too many jokes. Jokes.
Don't come.
Okay, let me do this one.
He's gonna come.
because
He's gonna come.
I don't want Nos to cry himself to sleep tonight because we overlooked it. Gangs of New York.
Oh, how did I not think of that?
And I have to put out a disclaimer here because I did not manage my time properly, and I actually haven't finished the movie. I've got about 30 minutes left of it, like right as everything's about to happen. But don't worry about spoiling it for me. I've heard basically all the plot
You're ahead
points.
of me on this because I've never seen it at all. I'm aware of its
Yeah,
existence, but I've never been.
I
able to
try.
work
I
against
watched
my-
it, but I hate to cap it
All
off.
right,
so
you guys have
can't.
only had 22 years.
Yeah. I mean, it
I'm
is
running out.
okay. You like revenge tales? This is a revenge
I
tale.
don't like
It
this
is
movie.
Oh, yeah.
brutal how these gang they just line up like old armies and just charge each other with knives, sickles. One person has like these little claw fingers that she puts on her hands and claws people's eyes out. It is brutal,
Oh,
and it just starts
nice.
out with the brutality. It just throws you right into the middle of it to kind of set off the revenge tale that happens for the rest of it. And it's great.
I like this movie, but I have always found it somewhat disappointing because I think it could have been a lot better. I think the fight scenes
Yeah, get rid of
are
DiCaprio.
horribly edited.
There is
especially
a
watching-
weird style with it.
DiCaprio is a national treasure. You be quiet, sir.
No, I like DiCaprio. I think
anytime
Cameron
Daniel
Diaz
Day
was-
He's a
Lewis-
national treasure for the sewer. Yes.
Anytime Daniel Day-Lewis is lecturing DiCaprio, it is.
Yeah.
Day
Oh,
Lewis
it
is the
is.
reason to watch this movie. He's
Oh,
spectacular in it.
And
He
you
is
he's
want
a
to
great
talk about
actor.
good
He's a great
mustaches. He's got a
Yes.
fantastic mustache.
Yes.
And it's
That's
weird
stats,
to me
Yeah.
to actually see John C. Reilly in like a serious role. I don't ever think
had
of
a
him as
couple.
doing that. I know he has, but I don't think of him like that.
No. He
I know, Zach. I know.
I think my mom really liked him when he was in the film version of Chicago. He sang a wonderful song. He's just like
Oh,
one of
really?
those low-key talented people. I mean, because he's
Well-
musically astute. You saw that in Walk Hard, but like he just
Mm.
did this musical number, and my mom's like,
I walk
"Who
hard
the hell
a
is
lot.
that guy?" I was like, "That's John C. Reilly, Mom." Like,
I guess
Plus-
my first impression of John C. Reilly was as a serious actor because the first movie I saw him in was A River Wild with Meryl Streep.
Oh,
He
okay.
plays one of the baddies.
oh, the Sister Brothers was a serious film too, wasn't it?
I don't know. Never that sounds a little too Kentucky for me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Is that
So
like Sister
Twin
Wives? I don't
cousins.
understand.
to not just to kind of the hook for anybody that is considering giving this a watch. DiCaprio's character at the very beginning sees his dad, who is a leader of one of the gangs. It's an Irish Catholic gang, basically, versus Protestant gangs,
Mhm.
and or the natives that were born in America, and they don't want these filthy Irish, and a lot of other worse things they call them, to be around. So his dad dies in that fight, and then he gets sent off to basically kid prison for a while, and he comes back and finds himself like befriending the dude who killed his dad and plotting, and yeah,
Darth
it's great.
Maul
Plus
killed his
the
dad.
Another thing
style
that I
of
love about
clothing,
this movie.
Is
I love it.
forgive me. Is that Liam Neeson?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is. Okay.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
Darth
plays.
Maul
Maul
looks-
killed him.
Okay.
He's
plays
DiCaprio's father.
DiCaprio's dad. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, another thing
Okay.
about this movie, and I like this, and it's in all good period films, is they have like a romance scene, but when you look at them, you go, "Oh, everybody was so fucking gross back then. No one was like brushing their teeth. Like everyone looked sweaty and sticky because they're all wearing. It's like let's wear my wool shirt in the middle of 100-degree weather."
Yeah, that's like when you watch what is it?
Well, that's a modern trope that people in ancient times were like messy, you know.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying that it was like they look sweaty and greasy. It was like they don't look dolled up. Not like Megan Fox
but
and
the real
Jonah
people
Hex.
back then weren't like that. That's a modern trope.
Wow, you actually saw Jonah Hex. I thought I was the only one who saw that.
Yeah, I saw that
film.
More people on this panel have watched Jonah Hex than Calvary. What is wrong with you people?
But yeah, it's also kind of funny because Daniel Day-Lewis plays this racist, hateful. He's for the splitting of the Union. He hates Abraham Lincoln, and then goes on to play Abe Lincoln.
So,
that's true.
Should we get around to have enough? My fourth honorable mention is a Daniel Day-Lewis film.
Pardon me. That's a good. Again, I haven't. It's funny how many I have. I think this list of like fucking 12 movies over here. Just they were my just in case. You know, we needed to have every now and then you run dry on a topic. That apparently is not going to be the case with this stream. And we haven't gotten to Mando's Irish Lions film, so there's still that.
No.
So Shieldwall, what do you have, my friend?
I've got
It's not that leprechaun on the hood thing, is it?
No.
I'm joking, a kid.
Mine is Darby O'Gill and the Little People, because that was the first one that I saw when I was a kid that was like specifically Irish, and I could identify it as that. And it was cool. It had leprechauns and banshees and all kinds of stuff in it.
This
And
is
some
our,
really
what, is
clever
this our
use of
third Sean
special-
Connery movie or our second?
Second.
I think.
Second. I've never heard of this film.
Really?
Yeah, the only
it's
thing
a lot of
I
fun.
know of this is the special effects shot. Because they did a lot of forced perspective and old-fashioned film compositing to make scenes where you have like a close-up of like some dude's feet and as he's moving, and there's actually little people running around and such. And it works really well like that. Look at that.
Yeah. And
it does for its time.
Yes. Now somebody might say it's problematic, and there'd probably be a warning or something in the front of the movie.
Peter Dinklage would hate this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
No, he would love it. He loves taking jobs away from actual little people.
Yeah.
Well, he would only love it if he could play all of the little people.
Yeah.
But it's a fun movie. It's a lot of fun. It's got a little bit of like romance in it and
little.
Like but I saw it like in the 70s, I think, when I was a little kid, and just kind of always stuck with me. Also, it this is one of Sean Connery's first kind of like roles I ever saw him in as well.
Until you slapped around a leprechaun, you just haven't lived.
I would like to see a giant Sean Connery slapping around leprechauns. That'd be awesome. I feel like we missed something before he passed.
This is probably an early Sean Connery film where his salary wasn't half the film.
Yeah. So the story basically is that there's
Sean Connery in The Leprechaun Hunter.
There's a guy, he sees the leprechaun, but he's also kind of the town drunk, so nobody believes him. And the leprechauns will do stuff like appear only to him, and then when people he tries to show them the leprechauns, they'll disappear. They'll go invisible or run away or whatever. And
whoa, those eyes.
That looks like a broad who sees leprechauns.
He looks like an animatronic.
He sees lots of things.
Oh my
You saw Sean Connery's paycheck.
That was terrifying.
Yeah, and there's the love interest, and so Sean Connery is like a he's
young and
working
dashing
on an estate, to try to like be a caretaker on the estate. I think the old guy used to be the caretaker, and now he's coming to take his job, and they got to do like a turnover kind of thing, and so that's where the daughter comes in. Oh, look at her! She's turning that butter.
See, she's manhandling that stick.
I was like, I'm down.
Oh, the
I'm down, honey bunny.
Yeah, see the young Sean Connery.
Oh, that's when Connery had his real hair, because like he was wearing a rug since like the mid '60s, wasn't he?
I think he still had it in Doctor No.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
but I'm saying
at some point in James Bond,
by
it
the
did
end
happen,
of
though.
his run as Bond,
Yeah.
he definitely didn't.
Oh yeah,
have
because
Yeah,
he
yeah.
took his real hair and turned it into a vault to store all his money.
yeah.
But so he's a dashing young actor. The character's good. It's a good movie. It's well acted. It's a lot of fun.
I know of this movie's existence, but I have not seen it.
And then she's been in I can't remember who that actress is, but she's been in a lot of stuff, musicals and things, I think.
She was
She
in.
looks familiar.
Yeah.
He
Swiss
slaps
Family
me one
Robinsons.
more goddamn time.
Yeah.
I'm walking
Yes,
off
that's
the
it.
set.
That's another good movie. The Swiss Family Robinson.
Yeah.
She's the one that pretends to be the little boy, right?
Mm-hmm.
To disguise herself. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Presenting
wow.
as a little boy.
Pretends.
It's all pretending.
Swiss
Get
Family
your terms
Robinson.
right.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a disguise. It's not it's not
There's-
a life choice.
Gotta be a scene where he shakes this woman and is like, "I'm telling you, I saw a leprechaun."
Yes, it probably if I recall, he probably does where she gets hysterical. And he's gotta-
I'm pretty
gotta bring her
sure
back to
it was
reality.
especially after Zardoz, when I watched Zardoz, I was like, he just really this is just what he likes to do.
Zardoz.
He's just like, I'm not going to take the role unless I can hit a woman.
Zardoz. We have to do Zardoz one of
Oh,
these weeks.
please.
oh,
Just
yeah.
because
Oh, yes.
you wanted we could do
Pretty
our strange movie pick this week.
yeah, but
Oh,
so-
shit. That
so
should have been my pick.
this is,
I was like, he's Irish. Oh, yeah. You guys would have never seen that
It's an
coming.
Irish
I
movie.
did not
It's like,
see that
he's Irish.
but like I said, I enjoyed this movie. It's in color, which a lot of movies
He
back
likes the color.
in the 50s and stuff, you might
Nosferatu, I
black and white
totally
or
agree.
whatever. And it's in the good kind of I'm not sure what kind of process they use for the color film.
Wait,
Really
no,
pops.
Roman, go back. He is mushing his face against his.
Oh yeah.
Come here.
Yeah.
How you did it back then?
Yep, exactly.
It looks like mitosis, like two
Yeah.
cells like
Yep.
separate.
Christ.
But
Wow.
that's how that's how she knew.
Sean Connery invented CPR. Didn't you know that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's a good movie. And it has really I think Beard was saying, it has really good special effects too for the time. And then since we're running out of time a little bit here, I'll just put in my other mentions is the 3 Calvary trilogies. She Wore Yellow Ribbon, and I can't think of the other 2 right now. But basically, they have an Irish sergeant in there that likes to drink. And one of my favorite scenes is they go to one of the Indian agents, and he's secretly selling the Indians whiskey. And he's supposed to be Bibles, but he's giving them guns and whiskey. And he go in there.
Water.
Yeah, I think it's Fort Apache. That's the one I'm thinking of.
Yep.
And
Oh no, I'm saying Indians call it fire water.
right.
I'm
So
trying
they-
to be inclusive.
But anyway, the colonel catches him, excoriates the guy, and he's like, "All right, destroy the alcohol." And so the sergeant's like,
Crime.
he's like, "Well, boys, we got a man's worth of work ahead of us today," and they just basically drink it all, and they all get so drunk they get thrown into the brig, or they go to the guardhouse and get their stripes.
I approve of
It was-
all of
but
everything you just said.
But anyway, what's his name? Victor McLaughlin or whatever. He plays an Irish sergeant in all 3 of those. In 2, he's Quincannon, and then the other one he's like Fitz something.
What happened to Sammy? Sammy's a blob. Sammy became a blob.
No.
Oh dear.
I'm fine.
Oh, he's back. Okay.
I
But,
just hit my vape on camera.
We need to get you an avatar, Sammy. You can't just be a white blob. It fucks me up, man.
Anyway, so that, and then also Tristan and Isolde. I guess that's how you say it. It's like a
Isolde. Yeah.
Yeah, Isolde. Yeah, it's a 12th century like love story,
It's
and she's an
from-
Irish princess, and
Isn't it based on Alfred Lord Tennyson's poem?
well, the original story is from the 12th
Now we're
century.
talking about Tennyson. What the hell happened to this panel?
It's an older story. It's an Arthurian story.
Right.
So
yeah.
Tristram
What?
is one.
I am not the one that has the
Which-
most outlandish stuff.
So
Okay,
Tristram,
besides
uh,
the
real quick
scissors.
though, which version of Tristan and Isolde? Because there's like several of them.
There are.
What the
Well,
fuck are we
just the
talking
basic,
about?
the one
Well,
that I
the
learned
vid-
in school.
Yeah, the most
It's
signature.
like a coming out event now. I don't even know what's happening.
Coming out of the closet.
So
It's a,
Alfred
real,
Lord
but it's
Tennyson.
it's a really good story.
Joker, I'm gonna
wrote,
show you a trick. I
All
can
right,
only do it
you,
one
you
time.
can
King.
justify it any way you want to, Shieldwall. So, all right, Italian Stallion Matt, what do you have for us,
So
sir?
to explain the first film, I have to give a little, like two seconds of real world history.
2 seconds.
Well, so let me give you put that tab up first, Roman.
Who the what?
So put the tab. I just shared something.
Oh, there you got it.
Yeah. So in the 9th century, this book is called the Book of Kel, the Book of the Kells. It's a illustrated Celtic Bible. It's beautifully illustrated. Just to give you a few, pay attention to the art style because that comes up in what I'm going to show you.
That guy looks pretty upset to be in the 9th century. He's like,
I need some women to slap around.
So this and
Oh my god!
these are the hands running on it, right? So now onto my movies here. Share this tab. Wrong one. Share this one. Okay. So this is from Cartoon Saloon. It's an Irish animation studio. Let me stop the.
This isn't
player.
Japanese, is it?
Nope.
oh, I saw this. This was
Yeah.
good.
And I'll go through the images in a second. The premise is so the book of Kells. It's a real historical artifact, right? But like anything that old has a little sort of folklore stories about it and whatever. So the guys who from Cartoon Saloon, he wanted to make a trilogy of Irish folklore set films, and the first one he did was he took some of the stories, like the legendary stories about the Book of Kells, and made this first film. And it's set in a time period when the Vikings were raiding England and Scotland regularly, which is the bloody scene you see here. It's all hand-drawn animation, right? Every hand, no computer animated crap. It's beautifully animated. We talked about what's his face before. Brendan Gleeson, we mentioned him before. He's a voice actor. He plays Abbot Kalach, who is the main character's uncle, and he's the one who's teaching him how to draw, basically. And the premise of the story is the little boy Brendan. He's working. The monks are trying to draw the Book of the Kells, and all sorts of forces from human and magical are trying to stop them because it's a legendary book and all that. And the Vikings raid and destroy his hometown, but he managed to save a page from the book. And eventually, the epilogue is after he escapes all the terror of the Vikings, he's the one who writes the book and brings it back to his hometown and all that. So it's an amazingly written and told story. I've loved everything this company has done, right? And like I said, this is just the first thing they did of it. You know what I mean? Like the style evolves into a superior film, which is my next film, which I hope I have time to get to at least one more of them. I've, like I said, of the three I'm giving you, this is like the least best of. You know what I mean? There's a lot of heart. This is a PG-13. It's not a little kid animation. There's some the Vikings do kill people. You know.
Wait, there's direct sequels to this, Matt?
Not sequels. The creators made what he called his Irish folklore trilogy, which are three animated films based on some periods of Irish folklore he was interested in, so to speak. Some stories he was interested in, I guess you would say. Okay.
Matt, is this on the special
yes.
Matt-a-vision?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
You can get it
because
there.
this is the Empire would like this.
She's gonna want to. She's gonna want to see
on
everything
Netflix
this place
forever.
does. Yeah. All 5 of the Cartoon Saloon films are on
cool.
the special.
Yeah, this looks really nice.
Yeah. And
Why do I hear screaming? That's never good.
it's just so beautifully
Wait,
animated.
what the fuck? Lizzo is in this?
Yeah, Lizzo. That's right.
Oh,
She obviously plays a Viking, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Yes, I know. Yes. Complain in the comments later.
Yeah. So
That's when
anyway,
she was using her
that's my
pseudonym,
first one.
Fum.
That's a good one, dude. I know. I did not expect that. That's cool.
And I'll grab the trailer for it and drop it in the live stream chat.
Matt, I'm glad
Okay.
you brought this up because I saw
Interesting.
this. I think this came out in like what
Here,
2009,
I'll be right back, guys.
2010,
Talk amongst yourselves for a second.
maybe
2011,
2011.
2009, 2011, something around there. Yeah.
Okay, well, I saw it and I hadn't seen it in a long time, and I couldn't like bring up enough about it to really make it a valid choice, and I was trying to find it, and like I said, it was on Netflix forever, and I just couldn't find it anywhere after that. It's not on there anymore.
Well, you can get it on Blu-ray in 4K, so I would recommend, if you have your Blu-ray collection, go and get it. And it ties in, like I said, it's a fictional version of, I don't know if you still have it showing. Yeah, it's a fictional version of in other words, it's not how they really did the book, obviously, right? Because like Croncroft, the god is not real and all that sort of stuff, you know. But it's the journey of this boy to protect the last page that the monks were making, and he's the last trained illuminator monk who can make the book, and he saves it from the Vikings and from the evil fairies and the gods who were trying to stop the creation of the book and all that. And it's his journey to save that last page. And it's also his journey to deal with his father being a jerk and all that. And it's just a lot of the Cartoon Saloon movies, all 5 of them. They tell you direct stories, but there's a bit of allegory in there that they're very like I like the next one I'm going to give when I get there. I will cry like a baby every time in the next one because it's such a good film. But this one, it's just these are heart-wrenching stories, you know. That's the character Brendan Gleeson plays has a very Irish name. Abbott Killock. You know how you pronounce some of those Celtic names. It's
yeah.
And
Zim.
what else can I say? I mean, what else I do? I can do the next one while we're waiting for Roman to come back.
Yeah,
I'm down.
let's do it. Go
Okay,
into it.
so the next one is also
Falling
Cartoon
asleep.
Saloon.
Is someone snoring into their microphone?
I hear it too.
So
Did we-
Roman, I was going to do the next film, but if you want to go to another person, you know, it's up to you.
That's why I thought you left, Roman. I thought you had to take a power nap.
Oddly enough, it wasn't me. Yeah, Matt, go ahead and jump in. We'll do one more this time.
So the next film, and there aren't even 10 films I call 10 out of 10, right? I struggle sometimes thinking The Godfather is a 10 out of 10 because I have problems with Scorsese's directing style, even though I love the movie. But it's
Scorsese didn't do The Godfather.
not Scorsese. What's his face?
Michael Bay.
Coppola. I like Scorsese's style. I don't like Coppola's style. That's what it is. Okay. Anyway, but this movie is a 10 out of 10. It on its face, it's a fairy tale, basically. It's called Song of the Sea. I will call up the images for you in a second. Here we go.
I believe that was the best animated feature winner that year.
It's my favorite anime. It's my second favorite anime movie of all time after Transformers the movie. Okay, to give you how high I consider it. And it's this is about 7 years after that film. Okay, since these are hand drawn, it's obviously takes a while to do them. And the premise of this one is, and this one takes place like in a more modern era. Sean Bean was the voice of the father. No, not Sean Bean. Wrong movie. That's the next one. Anyway, so here's the premise. Okay, the father, spoilers obviously, married a Kelpie. Okay, and he had 2 children with her. But Kelpies cannot remain out of the sea forever because they'll die. Okay, so they have to don their seal. A Kelpie is kind of like a were seal. They have to don their seal skin and go back into the ocean, or they'll die. So she has her 2 children, but right after she has her daughter, she has to go back to the ocean shortly after she's going to die, right? And so the father and there's a lot of a sense of grieving in this film. So before I give you the rest of the part of the film, this is the best version of a story of a little boy trying to grieve for his mother dying. It's like the best depiction that I've ever seen. Okay, and you might hear it tearing up in my voice, like it gets to me. But the premise is that his mother went back to the sea, right? and he's very angry at his mother for dying. You know, the whole phase of the grief. You know, was it denial, anger, acceptance, and all that. And he and the father kind of blamed the little sister a little bit because they associate her being born with having to go, not realizing it was because she was a Kelpie and she had to go back. You know, and while that's going on in the mythological world, there's a Celtic god called Macha. She's one of the old Celtic goddesses, and she's capturing all of the spirits of the Irish folklore creatures because she's grieving her own loss of her son. And the prophesized person who could free the spirits and all is the little girl who was born. So that's the fairy tale part of the story that they use to tell the tale. And what happens is the little girl she starts getting sick, and she has to get her skin and go back to the sea, or she'll die because she's on land too long. So it sounds a little awkward when I'm explaining it because I'm trying not to reveal how it all plays out. But it is an amazing animated film. I'll only page through some of the scenes. You can see the same style, right? But they've improved it again. That the artists improved their technique. And the visual depictions here don't adequately convey how good the animation is. Like, they look beautiful, but they're better. Like, the way it's put together is so friggin' bloody amazing. Not the boy and the little sister, you know. He's protective of his little sister, but he's angry at her because of displaced anger from the mother, you know. So that's when she starts getting sick because she doesn't know she's a Kelpie. You know.
Interesting. I could see this movie emotionally breaking me for like a week.
And then the father and the mother, the father wants to move them away from the sea because Brendan Gleeson was in this too. He played Manan MacLear, one of the gods, and he plays Connor, I think.
Fucking dude is everywhere. It's amazing.
Yeah, he's the father. He's the father. He plays the father of the boy, Connor. And it's the cast of this is just another amazing cast. And in this film, and I can't have time to show you the third film, but what they evolved the technique, the music of this, the sound of this became amazing. And then the third one, Wolfwalkers, which if I don't have time to show it, I'll just drop the trailer, put it in there. That they combined the amazing animated visuals with the sound they developed here to make Wolfwalkers. But I think the story of Song of the Sea is better than Wolfwalkers a little bit, you know. But this is one I can go on and on me to give you guys a few more. So that's the mother, and the little girl, and it's a whole sequence. The images are out of order, by the way. So that's her in her Kelpie form, and that's when here am I tearing up a little bit. The father and the brother realizes what's happening. So. Anyway, I want to.
Cool, weird. I like it.
Yeah,
interesting.
Again,
cool,
available on
thank
Blu-ray.
you for sharing those.
Purchasing and all that.
Yeah, very cool.
Cool.
I recognized
Awesome.
the cover art for that first one. I don't know where I saw it, but I immediately recognized it, but I had never seen it.
Well, the reason I showed you the pictures from the Bible is that the Book of Kel is they based the animation style. It's their unique animation style you can see from the movies, but the imagery in the Book of Kel was drawn from the way the Book of Kells was drawn. The movie's called The Secret of Kells.
Oh, got it.
So they applied directly in. So these guys are amazing, and they made 5 movies, and they haven't made enough as far as I'm concerned. But better to want more than have too much, you know. So.
Cool, dude. Nice. Well, I'm gonna do mine, which is actually I think a couple of hours, so which works out nicely here. And this was just a very nice surprise. This was the Banshees of Inisherin.
Yeah.
And I very much enjoyed this movie. And you go into it, and quite honestly, and it was absolutely nothing like I expected. Because I went into it, this is one of those films that I went into with zero expectations out of it. The fucking donkey.
Donkey!
You end up with this just very interesting story. So there are 2 friends, and they've been friends for a very long time. And then the older friend, played by Brendan
Gleeson.
Gleeson, thank you. Here we are. Decides he doesn't want to be friends with Colin Farrell's character, Patrick, because he thinks he's just
How did you
Comsanitary.
say that last name?
because he just thinks he's too fucking dumb, and he's making him dumber by hanging out with him, and he wants to write this violin piece. He wants to leave something, and it's hilarious. There's like, every time you come near me, I'm gonna cut off a finger, and he does. It's just like, what the fuck. And then there's a story, the semi-romance story with
The donkey?
the gals, not the donkey.
Yeah, Carrie
with,
Condon.
Yes,
It's more Barry Coogan crushing on her than a love story. Because she's not.
it's words.
interested,
Well,
but-
she wants to get out of there, though. That's her. She
Yeah.
wants to get out of this little shit town and go, be a normal person and
To the
not
big
be-
city.
and not live in the fucking 1700s. But it's not really a heartwarming story because there are some very sad things that go on in this movie. There's also, I think, a lot of fun moments, though. It's that dark Irish humor, which works really well. I would
Arse.
speak. I would
You're hanging around me too long.
Roman Wood Arch.
No.
Gotcha.
Fuck off, Joker. That this is Colin Farrell's best performance.
It might
Ooh,
be.
I don't know.
It's that
I-
and In Bruges. It's probably between those.
So, and I've not seen that, so I cannot speak
Oh,
to that.
you gotta watch that.
But
same
it's
director.
not it's okay.
Same
I
director,
will
also
look.
him and Brendan Gleeson. They have fantastic
Oh.
chemistry. So
They do. Oh my god, it's so good. This isn't a fucking fast-paced movie. The end of the movie is pretty
There he is again.
grim, actually. And the donkey is probably my fourth
Donkey.
favorite character. The donkey is hilarious. But again, it's an interesting kind of hard to describe what I want to say. A man has reached a
I'd say
point
it's
in
kind
his,
of like it's a melancholy kind of dark comedy.
well,
which,
it is, but it's about the transformation of the Brendan Gleeson character whose name no one can fucking pronounce, what he wants to become, and how strange that is in this environment, but two, to his close friend, and the means he will go to do what he feels he must do. It's like I said, there are some very dark fucking parts of this.
Mhm.
The donkey and the fucking fingers. And I don't want to throw too big a spoiler out there, but the donkey and the fucking fingers is a dark, horrible, yet semi-funny thing.
I think honestly that so I mean one of the things going on because the backdrop of the film is there's the Irish Civil War going on, which they never show but they always allude to. I think the subtext of what's going on between these two is meant to somewhat mirror that, and people being willing to harm themselves to harm the other side, and I don't claim to know very much about
I
the
love
Irish Civil War, but I think that part of
I
their
love
the actions around them are meant to be subtextually mirroring what's going on in the Irish Civil War.
And you're right. They don't really highlight the war very much. It's there, but it's so far in the back.
Yeah, it's like it's mentioned like maybe 2 or 3 times, and you can occasionally hear like something like a bomb go off or something like that.
Off.
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful film, just visually and musically as well. I like the score very much.
Yeah.
So like I said, for me, this is something that I think definitely worth checking out if you haven't, because it wasn't a super major on the grid thing for a lot of people.
This was actually I think I've already watched this like 5 times. This was one of the first videos I made on YouTube was about this movie and how I wished we were making more movies like it. Given the
100%
year it
agree.
came out. Yeah.
Yeah, and I do like again, you want to talk small cast fucking movie. There's not they have half the population
Donkey.
of Ireland in this film.
Donkey.
And again, the donkey is my 4th favorite character. So if you haven't checked this out, I would certainly from from the Of the Empire recommendations, this is certainly on that list.
Absolutely. It's a
You guys
fantastic movie.
sharing a Coca-Cola.
Sure.
An Irish Coca-Cola.
Yep.
Yeah, that's in fact I'm drinking Irish Coca-Cola right now.
I am so glad I am not working on St. Patrick's Day because
gosh.
I do not. The minute somebody says, "Can you make me an Irish car bomb?" Fuck off.
Oh my god. Get out.
But it tastes like bubbly chocolate milk. Listen here, you faggot. Get out of the car.
So Gourd King, let's go back to you here. We don't have tons of time left, but I wanted you to get one more in here.
All right. Well, obviously that was one of my the three I came up with. I had a couple of honorable mentions I want to mention first. The only reason I didn't even think to put them on the list was simply because I don't like to choose movies for lists that I've only watched once. But those were In the Name of the Father and The Wind That Shakes the Barley. Those are both excellent movies.
Wind That Shakes the Barley was good.
Yeah. But my other choice, which this got brought up on one of the Twitter threads, was the film Once, which is technically, I guess
that is a great choice, dude.
Yeah, I used to at this job I used to work. I met this fellow who used to live in Hollywood, and he let me borrow this movie. I had never even heard of it, and I fell in love with it immediately. I bought the soundtrack literally the day after I watched it. It's this really beautiful story. I guess it is semi a love story, though it's a kind of an unrequited romance, I guess you could say. I love the scenes where they're like the two of them are making the music together, and kind of more and more growing close to one another. But kind of the nature of what it is they're doing is going to separate them, because if in fact he makes it, then he's going to move away, and they won't be together. But there's just so many beautiful moments in it, and like I said, the music is just fantastic. It's so good. Yep. And these two actually, granted, it's a little weird because there's quite an age difference between these two, but these two actually were a couple, maybe still are. I don't know if they're still together, but they were a couple.
There's
when
not
this.
much in the way of pictures here. Okay, that's all right though.
But
this is another movie that a lot of people probably have never heard of, but it is so fucking fantastic. A lot of these stories that we've talked about tonight, including Once, are nice because they're very human pieces. Mm-hmm. They're not flashy, they're not glitzy. It's just you're following these people's lives, which are some of the best stories out there, and they convey them to the audience, and then you become invested in this, this small relationship in this giant world of things. And I think that's what really goes to the heart of movies like this. Is you feel intimate with these people.
Yeah. And it's funny because I think part of the reason why this one slipped under the radar is because, in my opinion, 2007 might have been the last truly great year for films. There were so many amazing movies that came out in 2007, and this, I think, just kind of got buried under the heap. You had Zodiac, There Will Be Blood, No Country for Old Men, Hot Fuzz, the 3:10 to Yuma remake, I think Gone Baby Gone. There were so many excellent films that year, and Once just kind of slipped under everyone's radar, even though it did get an Oscar nomination, I think, for best song. I think it actually won that Oscar, but I didn't see it till several years later, and it's a wonderful movie. I've probably watched it about 4, 5, 6 times now, and it's fantastic. It's technically a musical, but people don't just like break out into song. But anytime people say, "Oh, musicals suck," and I'm like, well, there are ones like this that are incredible.
I'm going to pull up. I'm going back to the main page here because I wanted to see about the. Pardon me. It did win the Oscar.
Mm-hmm. Funny is it's the song it won for. I don't even think is the best song in the film. And granted, "Falling Slowly" is a fantastic song, but I actually think my favorite scene of the film and my favorite song is "When Your Mind's Made Up." I love how that scene plays out because they're in the recording studio, and the guy who's there with him is kind of sitting there looking bored, like, okay, this is another, upstart group of musicians. You think they're going to make it big. And then slowly as that music starts to play out and it starts to harmonize and becomes a piece, you can see it really starts to get his attention, and he starts to realize maybe he's a part of something pretty special. And it's such a fantastic scene. But the movie's full of those. And like you said, it's a film that
Very
feels
much.
very intimate. Like you're like the perspective of the film is like it's almost like pseudo documentary in a way, where you're like just kind of watching these two lives come together in this way. It's really excellent.
Good choice. Again, another kind of oddball film that a lot of folks haven't seen, but you should.
God,
And
you
it's
guys are
hard.
giving me a lot of homework.
It's hard in this vast sea of movies. So we're gonna go. We got we'll do like a couple more, and then we kind of got to wrap up because the noises from inside the House of the Empire are not great right now. There's some kind of terrorist.
Well, I'll just toss one out really quick because we've mentioned Sean Connery a few times.
Yeah.
But there's the film where he plays an Irishman, and it's actually the film that he won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for as an Irish cop in the Untouchables.
My God, that was such a
yes.
good movie.
Really good
Good one.
movie.
Great one.
Why was I having such a brain fart about this subject?
Are you fucking serious?
You just had
I swear to God,
those leprechaun movies on your brain. That's all.
I
Pretty
did.
much.
Oh, this
Yeah,
movie
so-
was so fucking
Oh.
good. Oh, yeah, when he won the Oscar, man, that's back when people gave a shit about the Oscars, and him winning it was fucking.
You like me. You like
This
me.
came out
You
in
really like me.
'87.
Yeah,
Something like that.
it was a late '80s when it came out.
Yeah, I was still in high school.
I was born.
Wow.
I was born.
Fuck.
Everybody knows where the whiskey is.
'87 was a good year for movies.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
And he's got one of the greatest lines in this movie.
That's
Yeah.
the Chicago way.
That's the Chicago way.
That's the Chicago way.
What is it? What is it? It was like come back with a bat. If he brings a bat, you come back with a knife.
Knife. He
If he comes back
pulls
with
a
a he
knife,
comes back with
you
a gun,
gun.
blow him.
That's the Chicago way.
That's the Chicago way.
And then you make the pizza real thick like a pie. That's the Chicago way.
You put 20 yards in the hospital. You put
There you
the
go.
Let me bring up the photos here. This is the year it came out. This was, man, it blew me away how what a good movie this was.
Yeah.
Andy Garcia is like 12 years old in this. Kevin Costner doesn't suck in it, which is amazing because Kevin
Right.
Costner is a terrible actor.
Yeah.
Kevin Costner. I've been saying that for years.
Let's do some good.
Yes.
He's fucking
Overrated.
horrible.
Overrated.
I was like,
of the four, the only good
I like
actor is
him
Connery.
in Yellowstone, but
oh my favorite is in the middle of Batman v Superman. I was like, you know what we need an hour into this film? Fucking Kevin Costner to tell us a story about how the horses drowned on the Kent farm. That'll get the
Right.
plot going. Like,
And
oh my God.
what's his fuck? Although we're talking about Connor here, but
He's
Robert De
just that-
Niro gives
Yeah.
I would say arguably one of his best performances as Al Capone. The scene at the table with the bat, the baseball story.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Man stands
Yeah.
alone at the plate.
Team.
This is
team.
the time for what? Individual achievement. That is just fucking killer. There's Sir Connery with his fucking Oscar. Look how happy he is. It's about
right.
fucking time.
all right.
Give me a woman to slap.
This is an example.
Let me celebrate.
I'm so getting laid tonight.
Who won Best Actress? Judi Dench, get your ass over here.
I've been wanting to slap you for a long time.
I think that little dame might like it.
There's
Yeah.
that, right? It's too bad he's
Actually, one of my favorite scenes in this movie is it the opening scene with the briefcase bomb.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
If it's not the opening
my
scene,
goodness.
it's very early in the movie.
Oh,
my
Mister, you
God.
forgot
Just
your brief.
the way that shot.
Yeah, kaboom!
Boom.
It's just like Fuck.
It was
And that
like,
lets you
oh,
know what you're in for the rest of
Yes.
the movie, though.
Mhm. Yeah, it's
This-
too bad
the-
he's gone. There's so many people that need a good slapping in Hollywood right now.
Hollywood.
oh my god.
Oh,
We would
here
need
we are. Here we are. Here's that scene. You're talking.
a
I want to
4-day
run through
stream.
these pictures real fast. The gentleman who played fucking
Frank Nitti.
Frank
Yeah.
Nitti. Fuck. I always thought he would have been a wonderful
Julian Sands? Is that
choice for the,
No, it's
for
not
the
Julian
Joker.
Sands.
Okay.
Because he had
Oh,
that
I could
just
see that.
bizarre look. Yeah, I thought he would have made a
Yeah.
wonderful Joker.
This guy plays a
Pacino.
lot of creepy characters. Trying to remember.
Yeah.
You've seen him in a lot of stuff like that.
Right.
Better than you, you fucking Mick.
That is a great scene right there. He's
So-
like,
so-
I like him.
So
Uh,
again,
Billy-
Here we are. Here's
So-
the scene you were talking about.
Billy
there.
Drago.
Yeah. Oh my god.
yeah, so not exactly an Irish film, but Irish character.
But he's an Irishman in an Italian
Right.
film.
That little girl went
I-
to get some Guinness and she wound up everywhere.
And this is an example of a film that, when you, even though it's not historically accurate, it's done very well. So it's a good movie, Because like in reality, Frank Nitti didn't
Oh,
die. He actually took over the organization after Capone went to jail. So
Yeah,
That was
it
great.
was better filmmaking.
He
than-
resisted
yeah, I mean,
arrest.
yeah. There he is. That look, like I said, he would have made a fantastic Joker, in my opinion.
Mm.
Just a weird looking fucking dude.
He's I haven't seen him. He doesn't seem like he's very animated. The Joker needs to be animated.
No, you're probably right. You're probably
yeah.
right. Oh, this is the other. Just like a Dago, bringing a knife to a gunfight.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I used a bad word for
I
those
want
of you
him
who are
dead.
keeping track.
I want his
Please
family
just-
dead.
Yeah. This
Please
is
just put it in the
speed
comments
everybody
later.
remembers.
Oh,
Yeah.
his house burnt out to
Oh
the
yeah,
ground.
yeah. They're on a piss on the ashes. Yeah, again, it's and then Connery was the foundation here, though. He was the bedrock for the rest of the cast. Everybody else, Costner, that weird little guy with the glasses, Andy Garcia, who's a fucking child in this. But Connery and Al Capone, I don't think those two are Al and De Niro. I don't believe they're ever actually in the same scene.
I think.
But yeah, Connery was just such a foundational piece of the film,
I think.
and
Costner.
the Oscar very well deserving, and because he's the one cop who actually decides I'm actually going to fucking do something, and the other Irish cops are making fun of him for it. What are you here wearing your soft clothes? It's just fucking fantastic.
I think out of the main cast of this film, the 10 or 15 main cast, only 2 or 3 of them are left alive. Costner, the dude who played the Untouchables accountant, and
The little
Andy
guy, yeah,
Garcia.
and he was in a lot of stuff. That little fella, you've seen him in a lot of things. So yeah, fucking nice one, weird one, nice one. Beard of Liberty. I'm gonna hit you again.
Hit him with your best shot.
You don't have to, Beard.
Yeah,
If it's too much, if it's
No,
too
no.
much, Beard.
This will be an interesting one because I think there's could be some good conversation here, especially because I can see why people love this. I did not the first time I watched it, and I've never revisited it. I need to revisit it again. The Departed.
I
Yeah,
thought
you need to
loved
revisit
it,
that
right?
again.
That's on my fucking list. I love
If
that movie
I-
so much.
See, I knew it had to be on somebody's list, so I didn't mind bringing up something that I might not be able to contribute much to. But I think probably the reason I didn't like it is the way my brain works. The more people talk about something and hype it up and tell me I have to watch it, if I watch it when I'm kind of surrounded by all that, I have either too high standards or I begrudgingly watch it and I don't really care. And so I think I was kind of in that mindset. And
Oh,
that's
you
why I didn't
went
really
into
enjoy
it with the wrong thought process.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Which I
looking back
understand.
on it,
I
I can
understand.
understand why people loved it so much. I just
take
haven't
some
revisited it
coverages
to actually see it
I
in
fucking,
that kind of
I
light for
fucking
myself.
love this movie so much. I think it is actually the best performance from a lot of these fucking actors.
Ray
And
Winstone
Jack
in this too.
Nicholson was what was that?
Jacob?
Jacob?
What's his name? I just said his name. Darn it, never mind.
Did
Ray
you lose it
Winstone.
already, Jacob? Ah,
Yeah,
Ray
Ray
Winston.
Winston.
and you, what's his fuck? Alec Baldwin is in this, and
Yeah.
amazingly, also
Does he have a
Alec
gun?
Baldwin does not
He didn't kill
suck in
anyone?
this. He didn't kill anyone, and the movie was really. He actually did a really nice job in the movie. There he is, right there. That fat fuck. I fucking hate him so much, but he did a nice job in this movie.
He's a decent
This is
actor.
easily
He's
Mark
better than
Wahlberg's best film too.
Oh, he is
That's
so
not,
fucking
that's
good
not
in
saying
this.
much.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
No. I agree. Saying that, yeah, that's anytime Wahlberg is an actor, but he was fucking good in this. There's no one in this who isn't good. Even the girl psychiatrist, psychologist, whichever one, is also very good. In this.
Wahlberg has a few good movies. He's not always bad. He's in The Fighter. That's good. The
He's not
Italian
always good,
Job
yeah.
is really good, but he's also bad in movies too.
Mhm.
So, was it just because I didn't watch this in the right frame
My
of
was
favorite
mind
also
scene
the
in the
rapper.
movie.
that
Favorite scene
I
in the movie
got to
right
the
here.
end and I didn't like any character. Like I found myself not rooting for anybody. I have to think
Really?
that must be intentional.
I think it
But
was because
again,
there weren't.
don't
I think there
go-
weren't enough beards.
I was
think
rooting
that's
for
what it
people in
was.
this.
Don't
You
go-
look at
This
from the
movie
right
was a
fucking
little
angle.
too clean shaven
Okay.
for you.
Don't
This
go
was-
into a mobster bar and order a cranberry juice.
Oh, that whole sequence. I'm the guy who
That-
tells you
that-
you can and cannot hit, and I'm gonna make a judgment call. You don't fucking hit him.
Yeah, there are the fucking.
Oh yeah, that
that-
too.
Mother.
You gonna stop
fuck.
making drug deals
I-
with your jerk off cousin?
I felt this scene. It
Oh,
was
my
fucking
God.
horrible.
I
Gets
actually
the
watched
food
this
and
with
starts
my mom and
smashing.
dad, and like my
Oh
mom was-
no!
and then the second that Jack Nicholson starts beating DiCaprio's cast, my mom puts her hands up and goes, "Okay," and like gets up and like walks away. We're like, "Where are you going? Come on!"
Yeah, and Matt Damon, who I don't think of very much of an actor, also did a very good job in this. Oh, I can only ever think of him as that fucking puppet now. Team America
Yeah,
ruined
Matt
Matt Damon. for me.
Damon.
All he is,
Damon.
man.
He, yeah, no, it brought out like his inner weasel, like
Yeah,
that one part. where
he's a
like,
fucking
"Just
he
fucking
did
kill me."
And
Just
in that
fucking
fucking
kill
the scene
me.
with the fucking rat on the fucking windowsill, the symbolic rat. It was just there was a lot in this. I again.
When DiCaprio knocks that dude's teeth out, that's great. He's like, "I was reaching for my cigarettes." And Martin Sheen, when Martin Sheen comes
Fuck.
falling off the roof,
Bono in it.
I just because he's
Oh my
everywhere.
god. Yeah, because you
Stupid
didn't
Bono.
expect that.
No,
did not-
and you're just like,
I did not see
"Holy
that coming. Oh, Bono. Why
shit,
is Bono in this?
this
That
is-
fucking piece of shit. I fucking hate Bono.
Yeah, and
I didn't used to hate
Nicholson,
Bono.
as
I fucking hate
always, is
Bono now.
fantastic.
Speaking of the fucking Irish, he's trying to eliminate the Irish. So fuck you, Bono.
Yeah, Bono is a piece of shit. As South
Cocksucker.
Park.
Bono's
So,
the greatest person on the planet. Just ask him.
Yeah, no shit.
So Sammy, as the
Did anybody-
again one of the
did-
newer members of the panel, I'm going to give
Oh.
you one more go here, and then we are going to wrap after that. So I apologize to the rest of the panel. I know we could talk.
No,
about
I would actually
Probably
like to
another
pass it
collab.
up to someone at the
pass
rest
it.
of the panel. It was like,
Okay,
because my pick is
who's got
going to
a
be
hot
Zardoz.
Who's got a hot one?
You
Leprechaun.
want the third animated film?
Mando. I know you got one in there.
Yeah, where's the lion movie, Lando?
It technically
Lando.
is.
Mando.
I've never actually seen this movie, but I did look up movies with Irish and lion,
Oh,
and it is called The Secret of Rowan Inish. It looks
Oh,
like a
okay.
good movie.
Oh, that's from a book.
The
Secret of Rowan
chaos has struck
Ah,
again.
Hey, Matt, be sure to
It's
send
a
me the
sea
names
lion.
of those films, bud.
Oh, there it is.
Did
It's,
we DM each other?
motherfucking-
So the
Yeah, I'll
secret
DM you
of
tonight.
ROANINI.
Oh, I got it.
Yep.
Wow.
It does
Secret
have a
of
lion
Rowan
in it. It's just a sea lion.
The Secret of Rowan.
Young Fiona lives with her grandparents in a small fishing village where she takes a new active role to unravel the mysterious secrets
Yeah,
of
the
a fucking
secrets.
sea lion.
He's like, what the fuck is a sea lion doing here?
I
You know,
don't
you know what would have
know.
been funny if the
Gora.
sea lion from this movie was in Boondock
not a-
Saints to replace the cat.
It's not a sea lion. It's a selkie, which is like a kelpie that I talked about before.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It
It's
looks like a sea lion. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
Oh, I'm a
So-
selkie,
Matt,
bitch. What the fuck?
Great show ya in Bagoya.
You're
Fuck.
misgendering me.
So, like
They identify
kelpies
as
are
an
like-
otter.
Kelpies are like were seals. Selkies are like were sea lions.
I'm a selkie, you cunt.
I love that Mando sets out to create chaos, but then accidentally creates more chaos by
Yeah.
not actually putting the creature that she was looking for in her pick.
Well, so I will tell you the first thing that popped up was the Ghost in the Darkness. That
There's-
was the first thing that popped up when I put in
This is-
Irish and lion.
This is a
Oh,
good
Moses is
fantasy
in this
movie. I know
movie.
you guys are laughing at it, but just I don't want to get lost. This is a good fantasy movie. It's based on a book from an out of print book, from I recall,
Nice.
by an Irish
Let me
fantasy
grab pictures.
illustrator from the 50s. I don't remember
Matt,
the
I
name.
See,
swear
he
to
would know.
fucking God, I need to get your number because if I ever come across a bomb, I need to know
Well-
which wire to cut. And I'm
Matt
calling.
is a man who
That
knows
might-
all the things
that
about
might be a
all
little
the
I
bit
mean,
guess
it's
what
got
they're doing
Brit
well,
and
it's fine.
Connery.
Mando, if you can track, if you'll like this movie, and if you track down the book, you'll like it. Okay.
Okay, I will read the book.
I only ever found a copy of this book when I was like 7 or 8 in a library, and when they made this movie years later, I was like, that seems familiar, and I had to go look it up back before the internet. Well, I had the internet, but before the web existed, I had to find a magazine article about it. Oh, I'd read that book when I was like 7 or something, So I think the book's out of print, although nothing's out of print now with PDFs. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, but
The book is a slightly different name. I put it in the chat.
I love this folklore mythology stuff from all different cultures, whether it's European or Asian or I've been getting into them African folk tales I've been reading about, and when they do a movie reasonably well, a live action especially when reasonably well, whether it's positive like this, right, or like a dark movie like the Wicker Man, the dark folklore movie,
Mhm.
When they do these movies reasonably well, it's amazing. You get something nice out of it. It's hard.
Mando accidentally stumbles into magic.
On a gem.
Hey, I mean, it's not the weirdest thing I probably stumbled into.
I'm a
Actually,
selkie.
actually,
Yeah.
But seriously, when I looked up Irish and lion, this popped up. So
This is the
They
most
they
Mando
were
thing
lying
could
to
do.
you.
they were. If I had my
Damn it,
Stream
Gourd
Deck
King.
working, I would do the button.
Yeah, the premise is something like
Those
the little girls.
lioness-
One of our
those
parents died,
lionesses.
just a little bit of grandparents, something like that, and they live near the island of seals where the Selkies live, or something like that. I don't remember the whole deal. It's been a long time since I've seen this movie.
all right, I've never seen it. That one, oddly enough, it has not popped up on my radar at all. Even less than some of the other ones. So the other ones that I had on my list, so it was Boondock Saints, Patriot Games, The Devil's Own, The Departed,
Richard
Angel's
Harris is in
Ashes.
Patriot Games.
Kill the Irishman, The Quiet Man, Waking Dead Divine, which I fucking love.
Yeah.
The Banshees, which we talked about, The Commitments, which we didn't get to, and then Darby O'Gill and The Little People. Those were all these are the big list of Irish movies that I thought we would probably wander into.
I was
but
positive
anyway-
we were
Roman.
going to get to the crying game.
Roman, while we're talking, I could page through the Wolfwalkers.
Fucking
images.
Sammy.
Do that.
What was that?
While we're
Matt?
talking and finishing, I could page through the Wolfwalkers images, the other animated film.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So this is
Where is it? Here we
Wolfwalkers,
go.
the third Irish folklore fairy movie. This takes place in the time when Cromwell the usurper took over England, and he started doing bad. He was burning forests, and he was in the lore of the film. He was taking out like wiping out the old native Celtic culture and all that. And there's some amazing music in this one. That's the mother in this case. That's Maeve, and her daughter is Meb, which are folklore characters. In this case, they're tied to wolves, which is not the folklore, but the story is a little different. And that's the little girl. Her father is played by Sean Bean in this voice
Does he
acting
die?
role. Sort of. I won't spoil it because it's a really cool ending, and it's just childhood friendship, bridging gaps, like English to Scottish. It's really cool stuff. Let me go through a few more, and you can see the same animation style,
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I've
really
seen
like this
I've seen
animation
bits and
style.
pieces of this. Yeah, I really like this.
Yeah, it's beautiful. That's basically the end of the film. So just Sean Bean lives. It's spoiled.
Oh,
Spoiler.
Thanks,
Well, I don't
IMDb.
like
Wait.
it then.
You said Sean Bean. Oh, Sean Bean's got to die, right?
Well, he dies and lives. At the same, he's reborn.
Okay.
He's reborn as a fairy, basically.
There had to be a better way to say that. All right, so Matt, we gotta pull this down because we do have to wrap up because I went over a little bit more than I planned on tonight. But I think this was a fun panel. I think we actually got a lot of movies out tonight that I actually had no idea that was going to happen with the Irish films. So thank you so much to the panel for bringing all these forward. There's a lot of stuff. There's probably like 6 movies tonight that I'm going to have to find and watch. And Matt, I'm going to hit you up privately to get those animated things because Mrs. the Empire enjoys those things now.
Well, hey, Sammy, are you in the Roman the Empire group chat?
No,
no, he's not. He's not yet. Well, I'll add him in.
Add him, and I'll type the 3 names in there.
Oh,
so
perfect.
Both of you can see them.
So we'll
add
go
him
around
and-
the horn real quick here so that we can close this thing out. So Shieldwall, what do you got coming up, my brother?
Next Tuesday. God, my brain is fried right now. Doing something with Jacob Ironside on his show. I can't remember what it is now, but it'll be cool. It always is. He's always got something.
It always
good lined
is.
up. And then next Thursday, we'll be doing the free range.
Yep.
And then maybe, possibly, just possibly, I might be on Zach's Wednesday show to talk about Shogun. Just maybe.
We're doing First Blood on Tuesday.
Oh yeah, that's right. And I'm not on that one because it filled up quick. So that's
I was
right.
trying to get in
I
on
just
that,
forgot.
too.
Yeah. But that's going to be awesome. Well, I'll be there. I just won't be on screen. I'll be in the chat. But yeah, that's going to be awesome. Are you on that one, Matt?
Yes.
Oh, awesome. Good. So it's
I
going to be a
love
lot
that
of good
movie.
info. Yeah, it's great. So yeah, and maybe on Wednesday next week I might be on Zach's channel for
Right on, dude.
episode 4 of Shogun Review.
Nice.
And also, Matt, I got to catch up on your stuff, man. It's always great. I just got to find the time to get throrough it. And I don't want to watch it at like double speed either.
My doctor is on Masters. No, it's like
Yeah, the Masters of the Air one and the
fuck, that's on tonight too, isn't it?
yeah,
Oh.
and the Shogun. And
Man, that show has been so good.
Shogun ones. But anyway, for everybody out there, watch Matt's stuff. It's good. It's very detailed and covers a lot of good things with the books and the movie or the TV show. So, because I haven't read the books, so he's a great source for that stuff. Also, thanks for having me on. So it's always good to be here.
Right on, my brother. All right, Joker voice. What do you have coming up, pal?
Tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Legion Talk simulcasting Friday night's Royal Rumble. Speaking of the wrestling stuff, I'm dropping a video tomorrow morning, 6 a.m., where I give in detail why The Rock has come back to the WWE. It's because he's a failure in everything else, and he has nowhere left to go.
Okay, you just can't smell the Rock's cooking, Joker. You just can't smell it.
You can shut your mouth, sir.
You're just a punk jabroni who wants a piece of the Rock's pie.
No. The Rock is the
Mother
Brahma
of
Bull.
God.
This is the gayest part of the whole stream.
This
Brahma
is-
Bull
it
is
got
full
so
of Brahma
gay so
Bull.
Feel better, Bush.
Bullshit. Oh, you know what? Be quiet. All y'all.
Oh, I thought Bush was making a cowbell reference.
I got a fever for more. Mando, what do you got coming up?
So I think this weekend I'm pretty much just I think this is gonna be the last thing for this week. But I will be getting some more content out there for those of you who have kept up on Twitter and some social medias. I did a poll Apparently, everyone likes my gaming content. I don't know why. Apparently, it's very memeable. I make funny faces and yell and scream, and people seem to like that kind of content. I don't know why, but they do. So, of course,
it works.
yeah, and I've got to get Americus worked on getting some of those gaming streams that I've already done edited and stuff. So Americus, I'm going to be sending you some emails with some stuff soon. And I'll of course be here next week and on Jacob. I think I'm on your stream next week. If I'm not, it's fine. I don't know. And then of course just keep up with my social medias, and that's where you'll know if I'm streaming or not. That's right, Americus. And this is us.
Furious scissoring.
Oh my god.
Mando, you were on that Among Us stream, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That was a really good one.
Yes. I think the next ladies' night with Horny Alf is not this Sunday, but next Sunday. So that'll be fun. I think we're either playing more Among Us or we're doing more gang beasts and throwing people off cliffs and stuff.
Gangbangs? What?
Gang beasts.
Beast.
Oh, yeah.
That's a fun game.
It is. It's hilarious. And
so running away from this topic immediately, Gourd King, what do you have coming up?
Well, first of all, I will have to bow out right after this because I've got work in about 6 hours. But let's see. I've got a busy next few days. Let's see. I've got tomorrow night. I will be on Abomination AJ's stream. I, and Jana Banana will be talking.
AJ.
Yeah, we will be talking the Avatar: The Last Airbender remake, which that's been a lot of fun. I was really glad that they.
Oh yeah, I caught that last week.
If it can't be good, it can at least create fun content. So that's
well, it definitely isn't good.
But, Gord, it made me angry.
Hey,
it
really sucked. But
it got
so I've
me
got that.
Fired up.
But yeah, I've got that tomorrow. Let's see. I've got I'm gonna be on the Losers Lounge, Blue Collar Loser channel. We're gonna be talking Gone Baby Gone on the 19th at 1 p.m. I've got my show on Tuesday with Stupenzo, Fermented Cinema, Adam Gray, and Babs. We're gonna be talking Beetlejuice. So, I'm also I'm about 3/4 of the way through my rough draft for Rings of Power episode 3. So yeah, that's what I've got.
Do that to yourself.
Yeah, I'm a masochist right
You're
now.
making us watch the Acolyte, Roman. Stop it.
That's true.
I know we're doing that as a group, though. We're all gonna suffer at the same time. It's different.
Suffering together is better than suffering alone.
Suffer together strong. But yeah, and I guess before
there's a lot of jokes there too. There's a lot of jokes there too.
So I guess before I bow, I'll say, Matt, if you really want to get Joker on The Rock, just tell him The Rock beats scissors. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Gord.
Good night,
Thanks for
Gord.
being
What happens when I have all of the scissors?
Sweet chocolate Jesus. Jacob Ironside, master of the meme. What do you have coming up, my friend?
First, I just wanted to honorably mention my other two picks. The one was Blown Away, 94.
Oh yeah.
And The Quiet Man. So those are my other two picks. So tomorrow I'll be on Potato Raven stream for some more Irishness.
Potato Raven.
I'm gonna have to cancel Saturday. I'm gonna have to cancel my Saturday stream. Just didn't come together. Yes, the raccoons. Those raccoons. Yeah, and Tuesday I'll be doing First Blood.
Nice.
Great movie. And I'll be on here next week.
Yes.
Yep.
It's one of my favorite movies. I actually just finished the book again.
Oh wow.
Which big change we could talk if you want to talk at something big changes from the book to the movie.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, I'm like that too, Matt. I like to see the difference.
Yeah, I have an anecdote for you if you want to talk sometime about the change. We'll talk about it on the show. The change is still made to fix.
Yeah,
something.
I've never read the book, but I have a stack of books like 20 high by my bedside right now, so I probably won't get to it while I'm still alive. Beard of Liberty. What do you got coming up, buddy?
I'm going to be taking it pretty easy for the next little bit, which is kind of nice because I've been showing up a lot of places and I've had to push a lot of things to the back burner and it's getting kind of crowded. So the next thing for me is going to be Monday. Just for you, Joker. There you go.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So Monday,
It's good, folks.
R2 is actually going to be hanging out with JT in real life. So they were just going to take the day
nice.
off. And then R2 offered me the After the Weekend show to run it by myself. So it'll be the first time that I'm doing something like that. Two very special guests, two gentlemen that I'm very happy to have with me, Jacob Ironside and Blair to Blair. And we'll be talking about the 1987 movie Dragnet.
You didn't invite. You didn't invite me, you dick.
I put it out there, and they were the first two, and I don't want to do a full panel my first go around.
Whatever.
You know, I take back the beard straw. There, it's undone.
Oh, that was hot too.
Oh, now it's all unkempt.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so much worse.
All
right.
But yeah, whatever else pops up for me, people can follow me on X or Twix, Beard or Liberty.
Right on, dude. Right on. Matt, the Italian stallion. What do you got coming up, buddy?
Briefly, my honorable mention was In the Name of the Father, starring Daniel Day-Lewis. Really good movie to also check out. What are coming up? My Shogun episode 4 review should be up for like 8 hours now. It's an amazing.
What an
through 4 episodes. It's still not. I don't want to compare it to the original adaptation, which is the second best adaptation of anything of all time, but it's really good. They've managed to tell the story in a different way, like because of this the way. Anyway, I know we have limited time, so I want to go. I can go on. My Masters of the Air episode 9 review. I'll watch it probably tonight or tomorrow and get that up by Saturday. That's the final episode of it.
I know. I can't believe it's the final episode.
Yep. And what else? I'll be back to Sharp, another episode that should probably up on Monday. So those are the 3 reviews going on. Am I on your channel next week, Rome? What's next week?
We're doing a free range. So if you want to be here next week, you're certainly welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I know you have like more people than fit on the stream, so let me know. It's up to you.
No, we're fine.
Yeah, sure. Jacob's channel on Tuesday with First Blood. My Friday stream 3:00. It will be here. I had to cancel last week due to real life problems. We'll leave it at that. Real life problems. You know.
Was it me bothering you? Was it me calling you, or was it that other thing?
No, I've been dealing with a problematic. That's when the dishwasher. Long story short, the dishwasher in my apartment started to die about a month ago, and I put a ticket with the landlord because it's a big corporation. So I told you part of the story last week. They came in. The guy came and he had. It turned out the morons hardwired to the main breaker on the panel. So you had to turn all the power in my apartment to reset the thing. So they were all my electronics.
Oh and no! Fuck!
He does all that, and it says, "Well, I can't fix it, but if it happens again, they either got to replace the computer or replace the dishwasher." So fine, it works for a week. I put another ticket. Then they come. The dishwasher guys come in, and I stood there with my phone, ready to call 911 because the morons. I turned everything off. I was ready for them to turn the power off. They were manipulating live currency with bare naked skin. They were getting shocked. They were actually getting shocked. And I was ready to call 911. I mean, I was going to film it too for the channel, but I was ready.
Well, yeah, you have to. It goes without saying.
Of course, content.
And then I would have blurred out their identities, of course. We want to insult them, but I would have made sure you see the electrical shock killing them. Anyway,
oh my God!
They managed to connect it, and then I was so tired I took a nap, right? And so while I took the nap, the power fluctuated in my apartment. I was laying down. I figured, okay, PSE&G, public utility, whatever. Wake up a couple hours later, and whenever you get a new dishwasher, you have to run it 3 or 4 times to clear the coating on the inside. So I turn it on a few times, and the power the power keeps fluctuating. And it's 7 hours later. I'm like, this can't be PSE&G. So I call them, no problem. Turns out, whatever they're doing, every time it runs, there's a chance they're shorting out my whole apartment for like 1 second. So everything keeps turning off for 1 second and coming back on. Now, I use a breathing device at night. It won't kill me to not use it, but I use a BiPAP at night to make sure I can clear the carbon dioxide in my lungs, one of my medical issues. So I put an emergency ticket in with the landlord, and the person who answers doesn't want to even call them. I'm like, I'm going to call them, or because my medically necessary device could be cut off, then what are they going to say when the media? I went off on them for like 20 minutes. But anyway, I still didn't come to Monday to fix it, but I just didn't use the dishwasher. But they said they'd come if it went off. Like if the power did go off and come back on, they would definitely come, even if 3 a.m. So I got that far with it. But I dealt with that nightmare. That was Friday afternoon's nightmare. They were here. Then it was Monday's nightmare. And now the nightmare is almost over. There's my anecdote for you.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a
Okay,
lot.
so moral of the story: if Matt ever says "long story short," he's lying.
Well, there's a much longer version of that story.
Oh dear God!
No, we don't.
The crazy old lady with the hammer.
The hammer lady. I heard about the hammer lady. I heard about the hammer.
That happened in the middle of that. The hammer lady story happened in the middle of that. She had the hammer in her hand. She's yelling at them while they're doing the dishwasher and repairing. She's hammering and yelling at them like, "What's going on out there? What's going on out there?" Like,
Roman's wife is yelling at him right now.
She is the hammer lady now. So, Sammy, what do you have coming up?
You know what? I actually got a lot of
ever, folks.
I got a lot of stuff coming up. I got to figure out this week how to change my name to Sammy Four-Pete for when I come back next week. And then I got some stuff lined up with Jacob. I got some stuff. Zax was asking me to get on to his show. Why do I keep wanting to say Shonen? His Shogun channel. There's a couple of things. I know I'm going to be a lot more things coming up either at the end of the month and next month, and I have none of them written down, but that's great. Me and Nadia are talking about doing a Harry Potter stream coming up. Just
cool.
Talking about the lore on that, and I don't know.
Send me a message if you guys need another panelist.
I'm totally down. But everybody's been like super receptive of me and giving me.
I am a Gryffindor,
and it's been great.
Like my Gryffindor's up there. I've got
very happy.
You're all fucking nerds.
I got my Elder Wand over there.
Oh my
I've
God.
got my Hedwig, my Dobby, my Hermione, my Gryffindor. My turntable, sucks. My wand. You can just shut right up.
So anyway, next week we're going to be doing a free range stream at Thursday, 5 PST, as we always are. I do want to say thank you very much to this panel and to the chat tonight. This was a lot of fun. Learned a lot of different movies that I now need to check out. I do have one thing I want to pimp a little bit. My friend Tom, who many of you on the panel know, Tom from Tom's Tinkering and Adventures, is almost at 10K. So if you haven't subscribed to Tom, please go over and visit. Nice. If you need something fixed, Tom has probably fixed it. And that's what his channel is about, also in all his other stuff. But he's got some really good fix-it stuff on his channel. So like I said, he's very close to 10K. Please pop over there, give him a follow, and maybe fix an appliance in your house because of Tom. So that's about it for this week. Thank you all so much for being here. If you're watching it on rewatch, thank you as well. Please like and subscribe because we are slow, the slow climb of the channel. We'll get to 500 eventually. We're in the neighborhood now, so it's not without possibility. So thanks again. I wish you all a very happy St. Patrick's Day. Don't drink fucking green beer. It's gay and stupid. Find some real anything else to drink. But until that time, be kind.
You